What is up, everybody? Whoa, wait a second. What is that doing down there? Hold the phone. How did you get down there? Hey, get you back up there. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see everybody here today. I think today is going to be a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun yesterday. I've since done quite a bit of tweaking with help from Q8 Pilot's video on the Sim Update 9 tweaks and how he gets his performance set. I am pretty much rocking. If you want to know my settings, I basically follow Q8 Pilot's video all the way through, and I'm basically running what he's running. It's mostly ultra with some highs mixed in and a couple other settings turned down just a little bit, but I stay, I don't know, I don't think I dip below 50 FPS hardly ever, which is rock solid right now. So I'm excited for you guys to experience this flight. We are in Kathmandu. We're going to head over to Paro Bhutan. Super challenging approach into there, and then we're actually going to do a second leg, and we're going to come back into Kathmandu here, which I've never done an approach in here, so hopefully it'll be all right. The departure is pretty interesting, however. It's a nice tight radius turn. Got to keep it real close to the VOR and then get on your way. There is terrain, all quadrants. So all in all, today is going to be a lot of fun. No 1080p at 60 FPS at max. I'm probably going to do a stream after this stream to test it. So the thing is, when I go to 60 FPS in Streamlabs, whenever I move my camera and stop, it's fuzzy, and I don't know what's causing that. It's nothing GPU related or whatnot, but we'll see. I mean, I'm going to try to toy with that later, but for this stream, I wanted to keep it as sharp as possible when moving views around. So, quick shout out, Cristuper, what's up, man? Shout out to you for getting me the livery, and I was able to use his thumbnail there for that shot coming in. It was super awesome. Thanks, man. Fubar, good to see you. Anderson Kusu, good to see you. Al W, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, sir. A nice day in North Texas. Fubar, good to see you. Already said that. Herman Ronk. Ginar Hofton, salute to you, sir. Scott, Mysterious Mr. T, what's up, man? He says, this sure doesn't look like an MD-80. Hey, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. And look, I know there's a couple guys, some mods, Phantom 320, a couple guys that I would consider close friends. Maybe not close friends, we actually haven't met, but you love the MD-80. I love that you love the MD-80. Personally, man, I cannot get behind it right now. The depth, the system depth is awesome. If you're going to fly it on autopilot all the time, I think it's going to be great. But I need to do some tweaking on my control settings, because to me, it's literally a brick with two little tiny wings. That's how it feels like it flies. I mean, I got full aileron deflection for 3 seconds to get a standard 15-degree bank turn going. So the flight model is a little funky to me personally, but I think that's fixable with some tweaking, which I'm willing to do, but just the sound set, guys. The sounds, I just can't. I feel like I'm flying something out of, I don't know, FS98 with the sound set. So I'm absolutely loving this airplane, the 146. Again, not a sponsor with Just Flight or anything. So even though I might be fanboying on the 146 here, it's trust me, it's genuine, because this airplane is it just flies so well. I mean, who doesn't love 4 engines, number one? Number two, who doesn't love something that just hand flies incredibly well? And this airplane does it. It doesn't float. It doesn't have that crazy float where Microsoft Flight Sim float forever. This plane is so much fun. So today, we're going to get started here right now. Today, I'm going to kind of go through some of the checklist items step by step. So if you're on the fence about this airplane, you think there's too much going on, hopefully by the end of this video, you can be like, you know what? There's really not that much going on. You just have to understand one concept of the autopilot. And if you follow the checklist, you're good to go. And it's a dream to fly. It's fun to fly. And Ginar says we got 4 APUs. Essentially, that's what we got. So good evening, Chris Granger. Good to see you back, sir. Good to see you as well. Cristuper says it's going to be a fun stream. Had tons of fun yesterday. Can't wait to go home and fly that route again. Chris, where did you fly into? Look at this. We got a sunrise coming up here now. So I know you flew into Paro. Where'd you leave from? But just look at the lighting in this sim, huh? Man. All right, so this is the 100 model. Let's go ahead and hop in. We are completely cold and dark here, except I had my charts up. I was doing a little chart study there. So I'm going to go ahead and come up to, you know what? Like I said, let's just follow the checklist. We're going to go through the checklist because I think it's just really good. It gets everybody on the same page, and it's super interactive. So landing gear is down, weather radar off, and 15 degree up. So let me tick that one. Weather radar, we're going to go ahead and just basically put that 15 degree up. Cool. Transponder in standby mode. It is in standby mode. Air brakes and flaps. They are in and up. Nav lights, high init. So that's coming up here on the overhead. High init is set. We'll tick that item. Battery 1 and 2, both on. So here we go. Kind of an interesting sound. Oh, that's the MWS. No? Config warning. Interesting.
Cold and dark selected.
Okay. Reset that because I don't know what was going on there. I just talked about how good this airplane is, and now we're getting a constant warning. Let me try something. We are off to an excellent start. This is the first time I've heard this. So it sounds like there's a config warning going on, right? Is that what that sounds like? Engine external power not shut. Wow, all right. Okay. There was a config warning. We got it fixed now. That was weird. Never in my life experienced that before. But if you get that, that's the remedy. So that horn is a config warning going off. I could see it on the warning panel. I guess maybe the throttles weren't exactly set the way the airplane wanted it to be set. So, okay, we got that taken care of. Let's continue there. A little wrench in the plans here. Let's go ahead and get back to where we were. So I got the battery on, and we said high init up here on that. So let's go ahead and continue where we were. Everything else is good. Both on and checked. Okay, parking brake is yellow and parked. Master switches. That's on the overhead. Physical thrust levers verify. Exactly, Jeremy. I mean, so I verified them physically on my hardware, but I guess in the sim we need to also verify. So if you get that horn, that's the config warning horn. All masters are coming online. We'll go ahead and tick that anti-skid. That is right here. That can come on tick item. Lift spoilers, yellow and green, both on tick item. AC and DC bus tie. So that's going to be down here towards the electric panel, or on the electric panel. So AC, DC bus tie, both auto. Inverters, ARM. Standby inverter, standby generator are on. Generators 1 and 4, both off and reset. So that's going to be a little bit further down here. So they're both in the off and reset position. We'll go ahead and tick item. All right, APU generator on. That's when we do start the APUs. That will be ready to go. APU generators on. Fuel pumps, left inner. Engine fire handles. Make sure that they are all in, which they are. They're way up here on the overhead. I kind of have to go way up here. They're all in. Cool. Tick item, APU start. Basically, this is going to get the APU start, right? And then we do the MWS. You know what? Let's go ahead and get the APU fired up anyway, because probably we'll get some conditioning in here. So let's just go ahead and continue. We're not paying for the fuel, right? So let's go ahead and fire up the APU. In fact, let's go ahead and get the doors open as well. Forward and aft cargo as well. Oh, look at that. Sun is coming up. Sunrise. I want to watch these stairs extend. Let me go ahead and click this. Check this out, guys. Boom. I mean, look at that view. How can you not like that? How can you not like that? Alright. We are going to start the APU, right? That's what we were at? Yes, let's just go ahead and we'll get the APU fired up. We're going to go Start Master on, and it will spin up. I can get actually a little bit of lighting in here. Straight juice, Gina, I agree. Shonen Cat says, I've recently been finding the CRJ and Microsoft Flight Sim. I know yesterday you mentioned taking issue with the flight model, but I find it to be pretty dang good. Ground hand, that makes one of us, man. The CRJ flight model is like, no. Maybe it's my settings on my yoke, but I even watched XP72 do some flying with it yesterday evening, and he kind of had the same thought. He was like, the flight model is super, super twitchy. So I stand by this right now that I think the BAE 146 is the best flight model in the sim. I really do. You know, I put a standard curve on all my stuff. I got the Honeycomb Alpha. I do 20. I think it's minus 20 on both sides as far as curvatures go for the yoke. But that's it, you know, and I think this airplane has got one of the best flight models in the sim. All right, because we had the APU generator on, it's already picked up the low, or APU power is available, so when we go off GPU, we should be fine. So let's go ahead and continue with our thing here. APU RPM and TGT is stable. APU air and packs on. So I don't know if this is how you did it, Chris, but I watched a 146 video, and they said even days they use pack 2 on the ground and pack 1 on odd days. So today is the 5th, so we're going to go APU air on, and it's an odd day, so we're going to get pack 1 on the ground. Landing gear indications. Listen to the sounds, too. You guys hear the air kick on? We do have 3 green lights. MWS tested in norm. This is when we go ahead and push it in. You get all the lights. Make sure you check it, and then we'll go into the middle position for norm. Basically, that mutes some. If you pull that knob out, correct me if I'm wrong, that's kind of like mutes all the spurious cautions on the ground. Overhead annunciators, we're going to skip that test. Cabin emergency lights, that is important. We're going to come up here on the overhead, and we'll also get the entry light on while we're sitting here. We'll get the logo light on because chicks dig logo lights, and cabin emergency exit lights arm. But let's look outside. Oh yeah, look at that. Come on, guys. Look at that view. I mean, that is just next level. There's a free Kathmandu scenery. I did not know that. Should have picked it up next time. Honestly, the default's not all that bad. Look at that sunrise. We do a lot of sunsets in Microsoft Flight Sim. We don't do very many sunrises. All right, where were we here? So he said pack 2 for the cabin. All right, we'll switch it. We'll go pack 2 for the cabin. We'll listen to the 146 driver. Let's continue with our checklist. Cabin emergency lights, we did arm those. DC pump on. Yellow pressure rise check. Is there a way to make this a little bit longer? Wow. Yellow pressure check rise and then off. And then yellow and green pressure check rise and off. So this is the hydraulic test. I believe we did this the other day. So DC pump on. And there is the rise. Tick item. AC and PTU pump on. There we go. Yellow and green pressurized. Flight deck emergency lights. So we'll go ahead and tick that item. Flight deck emergency lights. That's right here next to the forward overhead. Right here. The flight deck emergency lights. We'll go ahead and arm those. We'll tick item. Yaw dampers, both on. I turned those on earlier. Oxygen mask. Technically, you can do the test down here. I was messing with it. There we go. See that? That's how you know it's tested. Cool. That little is the oxygen pressure. Tick item, oxygen main valve. I'm not sure where that is. I don't think it's modeled. I don't think we have to worry about it. If we got to worry about that, then we got more issues. All right, so that is complete. All right, so that leaves us at the before start checklist, which we are going to get to in a minute. So let's go ahead and get our flight plan loaded up in the box here. We're going to go back to the home page. We're going to go OFP. And it's a pretty simple flight plan. We need to see what kind of weather we got going on. Let me kind of finish the rest of my traditional flow. I like to get these on here. I'm going to put that in standby. Everything else looks good. I'll get the brake temperatures on so I can monitor that.
Bank angle.
Wow, that was loud. Berto360, what's up, man? Right back at you. Bank angle check, sir. Thank you for the $5 donation. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Right back at you with the bank angle check, my friend. All right, here we go. Index page. I want to go data link, weather request, and we're doing Victor November ENKT and VQPR. And we'll send those away. And while we wait for that, I'm going to go flight plan, and we're actually going to start this. Clear that. VNKT and VQPR. That is in the box. Let's see what kind of winds we got here. We'll see what kind of weather we need to do here. So for Kathmandu, 190 at 3. Not bad. 7,000 few. Pretty nice day. 10:15. No SIG. So since we're looking at it, 10:15 is already set. Cool. What is it? 190 at 3. So back to our flight plan. Let's go departure, arrival. I guess we'll take off on. It's 20 or. I guess we'll take off on 20. That would technically be the closest one, right? So we'll do 20, EGRA 1 Alpha. We're going to Kimti, execute that, and then I'm going to go flight plan, arrow right, and I believe we're picking up an airway, right? Yes, Gulf 348 to Subsu. So we're going to go Gulf 348 and Subsu, Sierra Uniform, Bravo Sierra Uniform. Execute, departure, arrival, index, Paro. Okay, we are going to land RNAV 33 Yankee from Gitshow on the Subsu 1. Execute. All right, let's go here and do a quick step through. I'm going to leave after Subsu. We got a disco. That's normal. We're going to clear that one out. Execute that one. We'll end up probably just going direct to the initial there. We're doing the same approach before that I've done, which there's a video on YouTube of a 146 actually doing it. It's pretty cool. So let me get the DME on. Let me turn that on as well. And we're going to be doing a pretty much. We're going to do it in RNet, or I'm sorry, in VOR departure. So off 20, let's take a look at this departure procedure. We really don't need this page anymore. We know it's going to be a simple taxi out. We're going to take, what's that, Foxtrot. Looks like Foxtrot all the way, and then we'll do a turnaround there, 180 on the runway, and depart off 20. But the Egress 1 Alpha departure is a little bit interesting. I was kind of studying this before the stream started. So off 20, let me zoom in here for you. It's pretty much an immediate right turn. We got to stay within 4 DME from Kathmandu. Passing a radial, we then turn to intercept the 105 outbound. So a lot of different things here going on. Main O2 valve is on the right-hand side. 140 uses bottled oxygen. Let's take a look, see if it is over here. Oh. Main supply. Turn on. Ah! So I guess that would be on then. Yeah. Oh, that's turn on to the left. Yeah. Alright, so it's on now. What's this do? Finger tight off. Oh, so now we're pressurized. So it's ready to go. Alright, I guess I'll leave it like that. Hopefully we're not wasting our oxygen now. All right, let's study this departure. So we kind of talked about it. 13.2 is what we need to worry about here. So 13.2 is going to be up here. We're going to set 113.2. That is set. and it's an immediate right turn, and then we're going to intercept the 105 course, which I have dialed in there. So the 105 course, it's an immediate right turn on departure, so we're going to fly an immediate right turn on departure, and I'm going to actually put the RMI, use the RMI needle, so 084, which will be down here on VOR1. When it passes 084, we know we need to turn to intercept the 105. And we're going out to Kimti. Once we get outbound, we'll probably just then switch to area navigation and follow the airways that way. So egress is at or above 10,500 feet, which is in our FMS. That shouldn't be a problem. We don't have any ATC on, so we're going to just go ahead and set top altitude of flight level 290, which seems a little bit high for this short of a flight. Let's make it 250. Yeah, we'll make it 250. Make it 250. All right. Oh, it's over here. Passenger valve oxygen. There we go. Passenger oxygen is on. Everybody's oxygen is on. Oh, we don't want to drop it out, though, right? We want to keep it off. That would make sense. So this one pressurized it. So, okay. Basically, drop or out is going to drop the O2 mass. We don't want to drop the O2 mass, which I think we already did. But we turned it on, so it's pressurized. So we want to go ahead and turn that back off. I see it now. I'm curious. We don't have an oxygen mask hanging down from the ceiling, do we? No. Okay, cool. All right. Took me a second, but we got it. All right, so tight right turn all the way around. We'll stay in heading mode, and then out to 105, and then FMS nav from there. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and get the yaw damper on. Let me get a little bit of light going on here on the background panels. And I'm going to go ahead and turn his up as well. Little panel light situation. Rusty C, you're totally bummed out by the no terrain and weather radar. It really adds something. Surely it's not far away. I hope it's around the corner. I'm sure it is. I would love to see terrain mode at the very least, you know, on that. All right. Let's continue with our before start checklist. So the departure briefing is complete. It's going to be an immediate right turn. We'll stay within 4 DME, passing the 081 radial on the RMI. We'll then set up a heading to intercept the 105 course outbound from Kathmandu, which is 113.2 and tuned and identified. No ATC, so we're going to climb all the way up to flight level 250. Because it's a super tight turn, we might even just do flight director off takeoff. Or we'll see. We'll see what we do. We might just stay in sync mode all the way around. We'll see. But that's your departure briefing. That is complete. Brake pressure check above 2,500 psi. It is down there checked, I believe. Hydraulics all off for start. And before I do that, we're actually going to start closing up some doors. So, and we need to actually need to do this too before we do that. Let's get the actual loads here. So we need 7.1. We'll call it, I'm going to take a little extra. We'll take 7.5. Zero fuel weight should be 64. So zero fuel weight, we got a lot of stuff on there. So we need 7.5 on the fuel. Let's go 3.6. That's probably an imbalance. All right, we got 7... There we go. We got 8,000 pounds. We got to get rid of some of this cargo. Man, that's no way. Zero fuel weight 64.3. What was SimBrief showing? 64.6. There we go. That's a little bit better. We got a little extra gas, a little less cargo. We got 63 people going with us. We'll go ahead and close that up. We'll go ahead and pull the stairs in. Oh, yes. Stairs retraction. Awesome. If you don't have your hydraulics on, that won't do that either, by the way. Close it up. And we are on. APU power is available. So I want to go disconnect from external power. And all hydraulics off. So DC pump off. That's off. That's off. And seatbelt sign will come on. I know engine anti-ice comes on. Ice detect switch is on. Let's continue with and let's go ahead and pull the ground power. We can pull the chocks. Let's continue here. Hydraulics all off. Fuel center transfer. We don't have any center fuel, but we'll put it in auto. Fasten seatbelt signs on. Fuel quantity is checked. Altimeter set and cross-check. MWS ground op. We did that. It's in the middle position. TMS and airspeed bugs. Scott says we just had to offload 20 cases of bourbon to meet the zero fuel weight. You know what? I did one flight out of Paro in this, and I didn't make it off the end of the runway. It was a little bit too heavy. So let's go ahead and power up our TMS. We'll do the test. And then we'll set our bugs for takeoff. Would you say the flight model is as good as the Saab 340? I think so. I really like the Saab 340. I wish we had a really good quality turboprop like the Saab or 2400 in Microsoft. That would just be awesome. All right, we'll go takeoff thrusts 90.4 today with a 19 degrees Celsius reference. And it is, I don't know why I keep defaulting over to that seat. What did we say the temp was? Oh, it's 9. Just make sure. Oh, no. Wow, look at that. You could really mess that up. Temperature is 19, but it's split. They shouldn't split it there. So temperature is correct, 90.4. That is good. We'll go ahead and set the bugs for that. And then once we configure our flaps, we'll reset that. Doors and equipment closed and removed. Engine start checklist. Here we go. Beacon, packs, all this good stuff. So let's start with the beacon. Get the no smoking on as well. Beacon light on, packs and APU air off. Pack 2 off, APU air off. I'm gonna get the fans on anyway. Engine anti-ice, all 4 on. Fuel pumps 1, 3, and 4 are all on. TMS off for engine start. Power it down. Engine start power norm and engine start master. So we're going to start all 4 of those. Before I do that, let's try our new better pushback. We updated it. We're going to taxi that way. Chris says, hang on, engine anti-ice off for the N1 on the TMS. Oh, did I run the TMS with the engine anti-ice on when I clicked the TMS? I'm going to redo it after start anyway because we have to click it after we deploy our flaps, so then it will reset the bugs. Let me see. Actually, I'd be curious if it changes now. Let's see. So, engine anti-ice off for the TMS. So let me go back up here real quick. Let me turn these off. Let me power up the TMS again. 92.9. Reset the bugs. We got an extra 3% just about on that one. See what I mean about in-depth? So this is what I'm talking about when we talk about this airplane is actually pretty darn well modeled, you know, at least for someone who hasn't flown it. I mean, just something as subtle as the engine anti-ice. When I did my takeoff calculation, I already had the engine anti-ice on. So it gave me a lower N1 percentage, or I guess, yeah, N percentage for takeoff. Chris said to make sure I turn it off to do it, And I actually got 3% more because I'm not going to be running engine anti-ice on takeoff. So that's just cool. It's cool to see that. It really, really is. All right, so now engine anti-ice on for start, however. And yeah, we're about ready to go. Let's shut off the forward light here. I think we're ready, right? We're closed up. Look at that. Look at that. Chris says he's well impressed, and he flies these. So there you go. Rusty says, I'm tempted as I love the SOP, just not committed to buying from Microsoft yet, as I'll wait to see what 12 brings to the party. I hear you, Rusty. I hear you, man. But look, if you're looking for an airplane that you want to have a blast hand flying, I will give it the V1 assurance package that you won't be disappointed with the 146. I can tell you that. All right, brakes are released. We're going to prep for push. And while we do that, we'll get our start ready to go. Engine start master, we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll wait till he hooks up and we're out of here. Sim, do you think the X-Plane version flies better? I don't know, man. I don't. I'd have to, honestly, Simulator, I should get back and fly it on X-Plane just to see how it flew. I gotta click hold for push. All right, so we are pushing. Let's go ahead and start engine 4. Waiting for 10%. But maybe I'll have to check. I'm curious. You know, maybe I should go back to X-Plane 11 just to see how it hand flew. Jeff, I haven't had any yet. Knock on wood, my friend. The X-Plane flight model is pretty hard to beat. Oh man, let's just listen to these startups. APU spool up. Awesome. Sounds like we got a good start on number 4. Let's start number 3. And here we go. Once PMDG releases, I'm uninstalling 11 till 12. I'm right there with you, Dylan, I think. It's hard to get back into 11. It really is. Once you experience this simulator, it's really hard to get back into X-Plane 11. No doubt about it. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. We need something other than a super tug. God, I love the sounds on this airplane too, though. What a great sound set. So that's 4, 3. We're going to go number 2 now. Sun is rising. What a beautiful morning here in Kathmandu. Brake set. Don't need that anymore. I'm sure we're waiting for gas. My views are kind of... Oh, I know why my views are a little different, because I have track IR on. Man, hit the like button for the startup sounds on this airplane, huh? 200 watching, we got 75 likes. I agree, Miss Jungles. Let's go ahead and bump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, folks. Look at that. I think this is going to be one hell of a flight. I can't wait to try to land this sucker in Paro. I haven't actually landed it in Paro. The thumbnail was from Cristuper in the Discord, so this will be a first attempt live. Alright, we got one more to go. Here it is. London City is fun, especially the parking. Oh man, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. What was that? That was a really interesting sound. I don't know what that whoop whoop was. Shack Oatmeal, what's going on, man? Welcome. The smart pilot you're watching on board a real 319 from Mexico to Charlotte? Awesome, dude. Alright, I'll turn it down a little bit now after the startups. Just going to turn it back down a little bit. Right about there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and continue now. We're going to go off, start master off, engine anti-ice off, generator 1, generator 4, on, forget this. I believe PTU comes on, and AC pump. Our heaters come on as well. And let's run the checklist before we continue out. Let's see here. So start power norm, start selectors off, engine anti-ice as required, it's not required. Gen 1 and 4 are both on. Brake fans, confirm they are auto, which are, so that's off, on, auto. Engine 2 and 3 hydraulic, both on, they are both on. AC pump and PTU, AC pump auto and PTU on, check. Heaters are all on. APU air and packs on as required. So on as required, we'll go APU air on, pack 1 and 2 on. Engine air off, it is off as required. TMS on to takeoff mode. So I'm actually going to go power that on, and we're doing a flaps 18 departure. So we'll set flaps 18, and then we'll click the TMS to get our V-speed set. So here comes flaps 18. I'll bring up the yoke and throttle cam. Jeff Weber Actor, what is going on, man? Thank you for the $20 bomb, my friend. Thank you so much for that huge dono. He says, just about got my sim room set up. We'll be sending pics with my Toga greater than flex mug soon on Discord. Cheers. Jeff, thanks again for that very generous donation, sir. Very much appreciative of that. Can't wait to see your sim set up. I know y'all have been posting them in the Discord, and it's helping me get mine figured out as well. So awesome. Thank you so much, man, for the support. Glad you're enjoying the content. Can't wait to see what you bring to the Discord. All right. Flaps 18 is set, and that's on takeoff mode now, 92.9. I'm going to reset my bugs, which they are. Okay, cool. On takeoff mode, transponder to TA, so that's going to go one. Get that out of the way. TA is set. Taxi light, we'll get that. Brakes tested. Cool. And we'll do it before takeoff once we get up there towards the end of the runway. So, I need a little bit of overhead light as well here. It's a little bit dark. There we go. Let's brighten up the overhead panel so I can see what we're doing. Let's put our FMS back onto the legs page. Let's go ahead and release the brakes. Taxi light. Let's go. A little bit of a brake test. They work. Kensho, hello from Bhutan. Wow. What's up, man? We'll be flying right in your neck of the woods here. Flying into the sun. This is crazy. Or taxiing. I mean, this looks so good. I haven't done any sunrise before. Probably should get the track IR on. I guess I don't really need it until we get to Bhutan. The terrain display, I wish it worked. I don't believe it works. I believe it's not modeled. They didn't model that. That's one thing that's not modeled. Get the sunglasses on. Yeah, you need them pretty much for this. You need them. Good evening. What's up, man? So I've been flying the this airplane nonstop since release. It's so immersive and fun to fly in VR. See? Don't take it from just me, guys. I'm telling you, this airplane is a true, true gem. I just crashed this aircraft for the second time due to overspeed on descent. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's hard to bash the visuals with the sim. I still find it a bit disappointing when flying the aircraft, though even the fly-by-wire leaves me wanting. Really? I'm loving the sim, man. I love X-Plane too, and I'm sure I'm gonna love 12. As a matter of fact, I watched the trailer again of the lighting they got going on there, because the X-Plane flight model is, you know, you can't deny it. It's really, really, really good. But after flying this airplane around, I know there's flight models that can be good here. So we're gonna go takeoff, go around mode, altitude, arm. That is set. Yeah, so I pressed the terrain display here. Even if I put it in map mode, I don't believe it actually. I'm 90% sure it's not modeled, right? Someone could probably correct me in chat. All right, we're going to stop here. We're going to do our before takeoff checklist before we enter the runway, because we are going to do a little bit of a taxi back. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the aircraft short of the runway. We'll set the brake, kill the lights. Oh, not that one. Okay, come on. There it is. All right. Before takeoff, here we go. Brakes are checked in yellow. Flaps selected and checked, 18. Flight instruments are checked. Flight directors, they are on as required. We got alt arm, heading, go around. Trims. In order to set the trim, you click this button right here. That should set trim for takeoff. Config. Turn the brake off for this. Which one is it? It's not that one. Config check. It was. Yep, config normal. Cool. No alarms. Continuous ignition, A and B. They're coming on. Cabin. Let's give them a call.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Weather radar is not model, landing and strobe lights. TMS on a takeoff mode. Flight controls are unlocked and free.
Cabin is secure.
MWS is checked, middle position. That is it. Cabin is secure. We've got our card moved over. We're going to go. Let's go ahead and we're going to light it up here. We're going to turn everything on as we enter the runway and get our strobe on as well and wing lights. Let's do it. Kathmandu traffic. Royal Bhutan 357 going to be back taxi runway 20. Alright, yep, push to talk is working, but I'm not on Unicom. I need to change that. 122.8. There we go. Kathmandu traffic, Royal Bhutan 357 back taxi runway 20. I can do TGT for the terrain on climb out. I could set 830. Ah, so on the TMS I'll set 830. Give me a little extra juice. 830 set. And that bumped it up 830 there. Man, I could almost feel the morning air. Just with this, like, a little bit of low visibility, a little bit of humidity, a little bit of saturation in the air. I read somewhere they did not have the capability. I thought I read that too, Sim Aviator. I messed with it a couple times. Oh, Sam, I see your comment up there. It says weather radar is the only thing not possible in MSFS. So there you go, not possible, because that's right, because the Zobo has control of it, right? That sucks. But I did see the PMDG has terrain mode, which is cool. I would love terrain mode. I can set more if I want. Engineers asked to keep us at 830. Wow. Alright, we're going to keep it at 830 for now. I think our departure from Bhutan, we might need a little bit more. I have it at like 5... I can't remember what time in the sim. It was basically sunrise. I sped it up a little bit. I love using my little tiller on the on this as well. All right, are you guys ready to go? Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup job right there. Almost like a professional BAE pilot. All right, that is set for departure. Actually, I want to be looking at this angle when we rotate. So right there is good. Here we go. I need maximum yogas in chat. Set my throttle or my joystick. There we go. Spool it up. 50%.
TMS set to takeoff.
Here we go. 92.9 is what we're looking for. Blue lights are out on the
Power
TMS.
sets and one achieved.
Here we go.
Speed alive, both sides. 80 knots cross-checked.
Check.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Don't think.
Whoa. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the flight director because we gotta do this immediate right turn. Oh yeah, take a look at that. That is just awesome. We gotta keep it within 4 miles, right turn all the way around. There's 1,000, about 5,800 feet is when we will go to sync mode. And 7 degrees.
The FTO, safe height speed, selector flaps up.
Flaps up. There's our acceleration. We'll go sync. I'm gonna go that back on. And where's my heading bug? We're at 2.4, so we're still looking good. Watch the pitch a little bit there. Alright, so now, God, I hate how you can't move the, we're gonna go sync mode, 7 degrees, heading. There it is, come on, turn baby, turn. Forgot to bring the power back. We definitely botched that departure. Definitely botched that. Go TGT mode. That'll keep us at 830. And once I hit 250 right about now, IS hold. There, are we passing? We're not passing 081. Oh, we did pass 081. So, yep, now we can start our turn to intercept the LOC outbound, or the VOR outbound. So, back out. Gosh. Didn't even get to see any views. That's all right. We're 250 knots. We're going to go back outbound to intercept the 105 now. We're 830 on the TGT, 250 knots. Man, I can see it's like workload overload there. If you don't have a FO, oh my word, though, look at that. Let me get rid of this. Now the autopilot's on. But look at that view, guys. Oh my gosh. I like that TGT mode though. Right after that was good. All right. There's my course needle. Come back around, and VLOC is armed. I lost my altitude too. We gotta rearm that. Alt arm. So we got altitude arm, IS hold VOR, and we are in nav mode. There's 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and we'll get rid of some of the lights. Wing lights, logo lights can come off. And then this goes to what does the checklist say? I forget what that is. Landing gear up, flaps up, sync, engine air all on. APU air off, packs both on and pressurizing. Oh, I never set the cabin altitude. Rip. You're going to feel it in your ears on this one. Definitely going to feel it in your ears on that one. 250 is set. So those are all done. Here we go. Altimeters as required. PTU and AC pump both off. So PTU, AC pump off, and APU to the stop position. Cool. We did it. Man. Hey, I'm going to turn the sounds down again because they get really loud here. What a departure, though. What a departure that was. Definitely busy. Very, very busy. So the problem, what I hate is the sync mode in, like, when I'm syncing with the autopilot on the yoke. In X-Plane 11, it works, I believe, like it should. It's a press and hold. In Microsoft, the only way they have it is it's a toggle. So like I toggle it on, then I forget that I have it on, and then I forget to toggle it off. So it's kind of backwards to what I've been doing in X-Plane 11 with the 146. Look at those range shafts, though. Come on. Cam, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Just double check. Everything else looks good. Look at that. Oh my word. Sim, yeah, it's weird when you have to do that toggle sync mode. I wish there was another way around it. It's not an ugly plane, man. I think it's so ugly it's cool looking. When's the next DCS stream? Also, could you fly in caucuses? Probably. You know what? I might be doing some DCS stuff later today. We'll see. Yeah, busy. That's why you don't fly it on a VATSIM event. You just, honestly, like, if we had a lot of ATC, you'd really be, well, streaming makes it hard because I want to look at the chat and stuff and see what's going on. But you really, really need to be paying attention. And the best way to do it is just have practice. You do a dozen takeoffs that are all busy. You got to get the profile down, right? You got to get acceleration down. What happens at acceleration altitude? Okay, then what happens when when you accelerate? If you get the profiles down, then it should become semi-automatic for you. But it is definitely a workload when you don't have a second pilot. It'd be a huge help to have someone like spin the heading knob or get the autopilot on for you, and I don't have to look down. And the biggest gripe, well, not the biggest, one of the biggest gripes I have with the sim is when I click to drag the camera around, I lose all my control inputs, right? So your yoke doesn't work, nothing works when you're clicking and dragging. So when I click to drag down and turn the autopilot on, my yoke is not doing anything. So then my nose falls or the pitch goes out of whack. That's just a Microsoft thing that is so frustrating. Have I tried VR? No, I have not. I have not. I'm scared to try it, man. I don't want to get hooked on it. Does flying a T-wing combined with a above wing feel very different? Matt, this airplane, the best way I could describe it, it feels like I'm flying a giant Cessna Caravan with 4 engines and like a barn door speed brake. So I really do. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. All right, we'll go ahead and set 290902. 290902 is set. And what we can do now is we're gonna RNAV it. We're gonna go direct to Kimmy, execute, put this into RNAV and LNAV arms. So now we have RNAV selected, or GPS nav, and we are in LNAV mode, so we're actively tracking. We're 14.5 miles from Kimmy. We're still doing 250 knots. Let's double check. We are 830 on that. Ice is detected. So we're going to do tail first and outer, and engine anti-ice on. I don't know why we're getting ice. We really shouldn't be. We're kind of in the clear, but don't look out the window until autopilot is engaged. That's a good way to look at it. So where's there we go. Oh yeah, see it in the U.S. Air livery? That'll be coming. You guys know it. You guys know me. Look at these. Look at this. If you haven't hit the like button yet, do me a solid. Hit the like button for this shot right here. The sun rising, the clouds in the mountains. Unreal. Love from Kathmandu. Thank you, man. Welcome. The ice thingy, they all do that. Oh, really? Now, as you will find out, unlike a Boeing or Airbus, the 146 can go down and slow down. Just use a vertical speed mode and pull the air brake. Okay. We're going to try it. And I kind of figured that's why they use it for the London City, right? Because, I mean, that's a super steep approach. I mean, if it can go into London City stabilize, it can go into Kathmandu, no problem, or Paro. So to use the vertical speed, the way I've been doing it, do I select, so would I select vertical speed mode up here and then just do the sync mode and pitch for like 2,000 and then let go and let it sync on vertical speed? Or would I use this down here? Speaking of, has anybody figured out where or how to bind this pitch up down right here? Has anybody figured out if you can bind that? Because I've been looking for that and I don't know if it's bindable. Because I hate looking down there and trying to bind stuff. South America next? I think we're going to have to, Chris. I think we're going to have to. Hate flying aircraft, way too much responsibility. Hey, man, that's what makes it fun. Bartender put a drink of choice on my tab for Skitch for that amazing comment. What did he say? Oh, yeah, the U.S. Air livery? Oh, it'll happen. You know what? I think we need a U.S. Air River visual in this sucker, right? Maybe like a East Coast marathon or something. God, I just cannot believe the views we're seeing. You pitch the vertical speed, then engage vertical speed mode. Perfect. We'll do it, Chris. I'm going to do that. In 15 minutes from landing, an 8-10 hour flight from Auckland, New Zealand. Nice. That's a long flight, man. Cam says I rode in a PSA 146 back in the 80s. My buddy also used to fly these for Air Wisconsin. Wow. I used to know a lot of Air Whiskey guys when they were on the when they had all CRJ 200s. Al, you missed the takeoff? Come on, man. Hey, it was I botched it. I botched the whole profile on that. But it is what it is. We're still alive. Could you please explain a little bit as to why it is not advisable to configure the aircraft, to reconfigure the aircraft on the runway after landing? So that's just a pilot. Oh, shoot. There we go. Come on. Let's bring it back now. I'm going to go back to N1. N1 sync. Because good thing I checked here and level off. We were still in TGT hold, but now we're N1 sync mode. And we're going to come back to about... let's do about 78% or so. We'll see where that goes. Actually, we'll do fuel flows. I think we were doing about 400. Let's see what 80. About that. Let's see what that gives us. Looks to be about 84.2%. Okay, so not configuring on the runway. That's just that's a technique that I was taught early on, and a lot of airlines will teach it too, depending on which airline you work for. But there's so much that's going on the runway and the landing environment that the last thing you want to be doing is reaching for the flap lever and crossing an active, or not getting the airplane completely across the whole short line, or worst case scenario, you're so discombobulated, like you're just in a rush to reconfigure, you accidentally move something you're not supposed to move, like maybe the landing gear lever. So I think it kind of stems from that, even though theoretically if you put the landing gear lever up on the ground, the gear should not retract. But generally speaking, at least every airline that I've worked for, it's you do not reconfigure on the runway. And in fact, if you land and you're crossing a parallel runway, you don't reconfigure until you cross that second runway. So, or you don't do any checklists. You can do a flow, but you don't run any checklists until you across that second runway, because that's where the most accidents happen. You know, it's a very busy part of the airport areas, the runways and intersecting runways. So you gotta really keep heads up. Always better to have two pilots looking out the window than having somebody down without looking. All right, let's go ahead and let them run. How long till we land? What's your ETA? Should be about another 30 minutes or so. It is kind of a long approach because we're going to be doing the RNAV circle. We're going to kind of fly south of Paro, and then we're going to do an RNAV that comes all the way down between the mountains, which is going to spit us out going over the airport. And then once we're over the airport, once we're visual with the airport, we're then going to do a visual circle to land on, 3-3? Whatever the one where the river is, I can't remember. Okay, explaining the sync function. So basically, and Chris probably can correct me if I'm wrong on this, when you press sync on the yoke, which if you're doing this in Microsoft, you want to bind it to toggle afterburner. That's the actual command. I'm going to bump these fuel flows up a little bit. The actual command is toggle afterburner. All right, but what happens is when you press the sync mode, you get a sync light up here, and what's happening is now you're flying the airplane. Okay, everything you do is you're doing it. When you release the sync button or toggle the button again, the autopilot's going to lock in and revert back to what you were doing. So if we're in a pitch mode per se, and I press the sync mode, and I pitch up to 10 degrees, and I let go of the sync mode, the airplane is going to pitch for 10 degrees. So maybe like a control wheel steering a little bit, but it actually makes it easier to fly as long as you understand what's happening. Now the trick is understanding which modes it's going to. So like Chris was explaining earlier, on our descent, we're going to do a vertical speed descent. So I'm going to use the sync function. I'm going to set my vertical speed, and then I'm going to release the sync button, and the airplane is going to pitch for vertical speed mode when I press vertical speed. And now I just have to monitor my airspeed to know with the air brake when we're coming down on a steep approach. Airplane seems to be a little bit overpowered, unless these are... 'cause I'm doing 400 pounds. I feel like I'm just afraid to overspeed it. Yeah, see, there it comes. Walk it back. Do 83. I gotta find the sweet spot for this airplane. I don't know if it's maybe a little bit overpowered still, or maybe the fuel flows aren't quite high enough. What's up, Micah? Good to see you, man. There you go. See, it's a bit like CWS. You can adjust the vertical speed with the sync function, and it will maintain the new vertical speed. You got that crash detection on for that light pole in Paro? Jeff, I do. We're going to make sure we don't hit that light pole in Paro. We're going to be very careful. All right, let's come back here. Let's go ahead and set this down to about 3, 2, nope, that's all the way off. There we go, that's there. Everything seems stable here. Let's release the cabin crew. She's doing an announcement. We're chilling. Let's go ahead and relax here for a minute, and then we're not gonna spend too much time doing nothing in cruise, because I want to start prepping for the arrival and kind of going over exactly what we need to do upon our descent into Paro. Yeah, John, and don't be confused. There's a sync mode for the TMS, or the thrust modulation system, as well, and that, you know, is kind of what it sounds like. Basically, it will sync to either N1 or N2. I believe N2 or engine 2. I think it's N2. But typically, if you sync to N1, basically your thrust lever 1. I don't know if there's a way to change it, but if the thrust lever 1, it will then sync all your engines to whatever N1 you have on thrust lever 1. Am I going to do a dual cockpit with Phantom anytime soon? I'd love to, Paul. You know, I would love to do a dual cockpit in the MD-80, but I don't even think there's any dual cockpit stuff for this sim, right? We'd have to be back in X-Plane for that. I might do like one of the finale streams, or we might do a dual crew or something if I can get our schedules to line up. Let me see where we are here on the old VFR map. Yeah, so here's our flight plan. Matter of fact, I think we have to stay this way for airspace. You can select the master engine as well, so you can change which engine you're mastering. That's right, I remember we messed with it yesterday a little bit. Tony 2 times, I'm leaving X-Plane. I'm probably leaving 11, man. I'm going to leave 11. As soon as the PMDG drops, to be completely honest with you guys, I will probably be done with X-Plane 11. We'll do a send-off flight. I might do 1 or 2 more streams in it. I definitely want to do a final group flight just until 12 drops. You know, I'm definitely going to be flying X-Plane 12. There's no doubt about it. But as far as getting my system prepared, I want to have a nice clean SSD. I'm going to wipe X-Plane 11. I'm going to start completely fresh. You know, my sim, you guys know this, I've been talking about it for a little bit before. My sim is already, I put Band-Aid after Band-Aid on my X-Plane 11. It is in need of a reinstall anyway, but to me, there's no point in doing a reinstall when 12 is around the corner. So when the PMDG drops, I will probably be uninstalling X-Plane 11, getting everything ready for X-Plane 12. God, the views are just unbelievable right now. Unbelievable. Only 1 or 2 can be the master engine. Alright, so only engine 1 or 2. So if you have a dual flame out, 1 and 2, well, I think you have a lot more problems to worry about than which engine you're syncing to. Only thing that keeps you coming back to next one, the Zebo mod, yeah. You know, I don't fly the Zebo mod all that much because I typically don't. I wasn't. I don't know. I mean, the Boeing is great. A lot of people love flying it. But, you know, I'd rather fly an Airbus, right? But I am very, very eager to fly the PMDG 7.3 in Microsoft because I flew. I remember when PMDG first ever released on FSX. I bought it. I mean, I tracked its progress every day. You know, it's like I want to buy this airplane. I want to buy this airplane. So I'm very excited to see it in Microsoft. Now, I'm gonna. You know what? I know we're supposed to go. I think we're just gonna go direct to Subsu. We're gonna go direct to Subsu. We're gonna cut the corner. That'll help us out. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Man, that looks good. Is that Mount Everest on the left? Everest is out here, right? Is that Everest, guys? I mean, that is a tall mountain. We're at 25,000 feet. Jeez. I think that's Everest. I think FS Labs should consider coming up with something for Microsoft because the A320 we have problematic. Hey, remember, the fly-by-wire mod is, number one, it's free, so it's kind of like the Zebo when it first released. But it's, I mean, the amount of progress that those guys have made since release, heck, man, I'm excited to see where they go with it. Now, I don't think FS Labs need to come into the picture because from what I can tell, if this Phoenix is all it says, if it's all they say it is to be, we will indeed have something very, very special. The software that runs the Phoenix, to my understanding, is what a lot of home sim builders or home cockpit builders use. So a lot of the detailed systems modeling is there. You know, your pressures and your fluid, all that stuff, and the brake pressures and the check valves and all that stuff is modeled. So while 99% of simmers probably won't know about that stuff, that's where I think my job comes in, because like I said in the last stream, the more you know about an airplane, the more enjoyable it is to fly and the more satisfaction you get out of it. So my job when the Phoenix releases is really going to be showing you guys all the details. I'm going to redo the whole professional series on the Airbus that we did in X-Plane 11, do it all fresh and new in the in Microsoft. So I'm very excited for that. Everest is at 29. Let's see. I can't quite tell. I mean, that's a big mountain. Will it say on the VFR map? No. Maybe it'll say on, let's go here, let's go home, let's go charts, let's go this map. Yeah, I can't read any of that. That's a no-go. King Chengunga. I'm gonna just go ahead and set this up just to get us ready. Again? Why does it keep doing this? That sucks. Alright, stand by. Because we definitely are gonna need these charts. Alright. I'd say Chomolonga if it was Everest. Alright, so basically I'm just going to pay attention to the RNAV Yankee because this is the one we're doing from... Oh no, it's not. We're doing... Which one are we doing? Here we go. X-ray 1533 to Gut Show. That's what we're doing. So we're going to come up from the south. Theoretically, we could do this one, but this one's more fun. We'll do procedure. We could do procedure turn. All right. We don't need that. We'll hide that. Has anyone been studying the overhead panel while flying? Yes, sir. Team Vodka, what's going on, man? Welcome, dude. Team Vodka, you would know. Is that Everest? Is that Everest out there? I think it might be, because that looks taller than where we are. We're at 25. Everest is supposed to be 29. Fubar, you're absolutely right when you say the only reason FS 2020 has survived with a lot of us, myself included, is because of the fly-by-wire 320. If it wasn't for that airplane, I probably would have uninstalled Microsoft Flight Sim a long time ago. Zoom in on it. There you go. As far as I can go. I think that's Everest. Steve, what's up, man? Another spiral to land, I see. Yes, sir. Much prettier to look on the other side of the airplane, isn't it? We need to go ahead and get some power back in there. We're getting a little slow. I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do 650 TGT. I'm gonna see what that gives us. I don't know if it's a Microsoft thing, but it seems like the throttles just keep creeping around. Like they don't truly sync, they just keep creeping. What do I think about the flight monocle and physics of Microsoft Flight Sim? Well, I'm just finding it out now because up until now, we haven't had any airliners that have their own dedicated flight model. You know, a reason why I don't fly the CRJ is because it's just a default flight model, and you can definitely tell. There's a few other. There was another one too, like the 7.4 mod and all that stuff. Like they're all default flight models. I think the default flight models are pretty garbage. However, when you have these developers come in that really focus on the flight model, I think it's going to be something special. Like I really enjoy flying the 146. I think the 146 is a great flight model. Now it can get away from you just because, number one, I think the biggest problem is the click and drag. You know, if you click and drag, you lose your control input. So like on our departure, we were in a nice pitch and roll and we were climbing out, and then I did a click and drag to turn the autopilot on, and now I lost my pitch, and now the airplane is leveling and descending and speeding up and overspeeding. So that's what makes it harder to fly, is that Microsoft bug with that. Now, that aside though, I do think the flight model in this airplane is very good. The flight model in the Rotate MD-80, I don't know, I have a hard time thinking it's believable. It is very, very slow to react. I know there's some guys in chat or in the Discord that are modifying the aileron effectiveness, or the aileron effectivity, I guess, which I'm going to have a play with next, and then I'll be able to fly it around a little bit. But you can definitely tell there's a difference there, so I know it's workable. I know it's a workable platform for the flight model. That is also why I'm eagerly awaiting the PMDG, because if anybody can do a really good flight model, it's going to be PMDG, right? So I'm really waiting for that. I can lose airframe anti-ice put on the inner wing for 2 minutes. Alright, you can lose the airframe anti-ice. We'll turn those off, we'll do that, and then we'll start the timer for 2 minutes. Is there a timer in here? Where's my iPad at? 1920, so at 1922, we'll turn that off. Mysterious Mr. T, thanks for the continued support, my friend. We ever going to get more MD-11 action now that it's kind of fixed? I love the content. Keep the good work. Is it fixed, Mysterious Mr. T? So that's actually something I do not know. Has there been an update to the Rotate MD-11? Are the bugs fixed with the LNAV specifically? The rocking back and forth. Are those fixed? Because I could see doing a stream or two in that before I hang up X-Plane 11. I did enjoy that airplane. I did enjoy flying that around. But I'm not going to keep it on my sim, or keep X-Plane 11 just for the MD-11, but I definitely could do another flight in it. Yeah, the Leonardo MD-80. Sorry, Cam. Thank you. Boulder Pilot, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Are you going to do the circle to land? I am indeed. So we're going to do an RNAV that comes in from the northeast, spiral us down, to going to spit us out over the field. From there, we're going to do a visual circle to land. It will stop you getting inner wing not detected caption when you take the flaps. Ah. Come back in here. How's our time? 21. We got one more minute and then we'll shut it off. So 650 is a tad slow. Let's do like do 670. TGT hold. How far? Where are we at? We are navving to PR 888. Which is here, and then we're going to go to gut show. So yeah, I could do this one here and then just drop straight in. But I kind of want to fly the other one. Let me just verify we do have, what are these fixes? 752, 750, 730. Yeah, 752, 750, 730. Yeah, so we have it properly loaded. It's a little bit longer, but I think it's going to be worth it for the visuals. I really do. So when we get to a gut show, we want to be a 17.5, max 240 speed. Cool. Wow, look at that. I think that's 2 minutes. It is. Can I lose the engine NIS? I mean, theoretically, we shouldn't need it, right? Oh, I accidentally started the Jamaica playlist. We don't need the Jamaica playlist. So I don't know if this is a Microsoft thing, but yeah, it still says ice detected. So we shut everything off up top. We still have the 4 on. We're looking good though. We're looking good. Man, look at that. Look at that reflection off the cockpit window. Are you kidding me? It's like you can shine a glass at someone in Microsoft. Look at that. That's man. Wojtek, 32 months. Holy crap, dude. What's up, man? I'm sad that you don't like X-Plane 11 anymore. Hey, I don't not like X-Plane 11 anymore. I'm ready to move on, Wojtek. I'm excited for the future. The future is bright. I'm excited for X-Plane 12. Here's the thing, guys. If X-Plane 12 is as good as I think it can be, I might be ditching Microsoft. You know, I am a non-biased simmer. I will fly whichever sim I think to me feels the most realistic and the sim that gives me the most enjoyment. There are a lot of things about this sim that really bug me. Microsoft. But right now, there's a lot of things that outweigh X-Plane 11, in my opinion. All right, cool. Yeah, I didn't think we needed it. I'm going to turn it off. If we ice up and die, we'll it'll be interesting. V1 to X-Plane. It's not you, it's me. Exactly, Fubar, exactly. Sahal, what's going on, man? Says I finished all my CFI ground school. Starting flying part today. Oh, nice, man. Any advice? Any advice for you're starting your CFI flight training portion? Don't worry about sitting in the wrong seat, because it feels like you're sitting in the wrong seat. It'll come to you. It's going to feel super awkward at first. It's going to feel super awkward for the first couple hours, but then you're going to get it. You'll get your motive skills back. One thing I will say is don't do any crossover hand stuff. Like, so you're going to be going from the left seat to the right seat as an instructor. You're going to want to use your right hand to move the throttles. Don't do that. Like, just don't use your right hand for anything other than the yoke. Use your left hand. Force yourself to get used to it, and it'll transition really easy. That's all I got for you, man. You're going to be solid. If we ice up, yeah, I'm going to have a problem with it, Team Vodka. If we ice up, I'll have an issue with that. Whose unmentionables do I got to touch to get good Tuple 11 Illusion in Microsoft Flight Sim? Yeah, man. You know what? I would, honestly, I would love to see a 727. Imagine the FlyJSim 727. Maybe you guys don't get that excited about it, but for me being that my favorite airplane, if we had a 727 in this sim, oh, I can't even begin to imagine the fun we'd have doing Columbia cargo, South America cargo ops. It is very clunky, Crunchwrap. There is a lot of clunkiness in this sim. You're absolutely right. There is a ton of clunkiness. Where are we at? We are... Oh, geez. Are we only 17 miles from Gut Show? All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and pause the music here. And let's go ahead and go to work here. We need to go to work, guys. Bringing the audio back in. Gut Show is at 17.5. So, real quick, let's just go ahead and start down, right? So I'm going to go ahead and set 17.5 up here. I'm going to go altitude arm. I don't know what that view is up. Altitude arm that. I'm going to go back to N1 sync. I forget how I did this. There we go. Sync N1 mode. I'm going to bring power back. I'm going to turn on the sync mode, and I'm going to go down. Nice and easy. Don't want to float everybody in the back. We're going to do 3,000 feet a minute. Vertical speed. And we're going to bring power back. And we're going to go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. We're actually I'm going to help ourselves out by slowing down too. Let's slow down and go down. Let's get the speed brake out. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Once we hit Gut Show, it's going to be a hard left. And we're going to do some oscillating. What I'm going to do here is strictly not legal. We're going to probably fly past Gut Show, and I'm going to redirect us to PR 754. And we're going to set up for the RNAV back in here. So yeah, you see how it's going to be kind of messed up. I'm going to select heading mode. We're going to fly outbound just a little bit longer here. So I'm going to go heading because we don't want to start this approach behind. I didn't realize we were here that fast. We are here. So I'm going to go ahead and stow the brake now. We don't have to go quite that far. Right about 050 is fine. So we are vertical speed at 3,000 feet per minute. And we're passing the RNAV course. That's fine. I'm going to go outbound a little bit. I'm going to get to about 18,000, and then we're going to come back around. Let me get an updated weather here. Let's go data link, weather, request, or just send it again. Or I think I have to clear it out, right? Or maybe we already have it. Let's see. 16016, 1015 on the meter. 1015 is set once and twice. All right, there's 18.4. We're gonna go ahead and come to the right now. I'm basically gonna spin us all the way around here, and we're going to go direct to PR 754. We're 10 miles out. Spin around. And let's do some of this here. Descent checklist. PTU is on. Pressurization. I believe it's set. It's an auto. Briefing. We'll talk about it. Landing data. Check bugs. We're gonna have. We'll check that on approach when we are fully configured. So that is good. We'll go ahead and stop that for now. All right. PR 754, minimum altitude is 17.5 at 230 knots. So we're right at 230. We're at 17.5. That's good. Let's get a little power in there. Altitude arm. All right. So now I'm going to go right back into LNAV. LNAV. We should capture the same course inbound. This is where it's going to get a little busy. 17.5, 15.4. What I'm going to do is once we turn a little bit more, we'll go direct to. So we'll go back to the flight plan. We're going to redirect us now. Straighten the line out. We should have a nice new line. We're in LNAV. She's going to pick it up just fine. We're 12 miles out. 230 max, so we're okay. It was 200 knots. All right. 17.5 there. Let me zoom this in a little bit. I wish you could get rid of this and make it really full screen. It's kind of hard to read, honestly. 185 knots at 752 and 15.4.
Pilot traffic, American 730, radio check.
Seven miles, and then we'll start descending to 15.4. We're at 200. 200 on the speed is fine. We'll keep it there about 73%. Voitech, what's up, man? Thank you for the $10 dono, man. Really appreciate that. It says, I think uploading ortho from the cloud is a brilliant idea. I think that is very hard for X-Plane to beat. I totally agree with you, man. Look at this. No scenery installed necessarily. Now, if I, you know, I could make ortho look really good in X-Plane 11, but as you know, this opens up the whole world to fly. You don't have to mess with it, you know. I think we're at that day and age where we don't need to be messing with ortho anymore to make our sims look good. This is the future. I wish X-Plane 12 could bring this to the table. I know it's not initially, but it is very, very hard to beat, especially as a content creator, Wojtek, because you know you may have some ortho in an area that I don't ever fly, but I want to go and visit, you know, on a stream. I got to do all the ortho stuff. So, but again, thanks for your support, man. I really appreciate it. My graphics card is MSI RTX 3090 Septi. I got to update the other description there. All right, so after 2 miles, we got 15.4 set, and we're going to descend and slow down to 15.4 and 185 knots. 15.4 is set and armed. And here we go, sync. Go ahead and nose her down a little bit. We don't have that far to go, so we'll only do about 1,500 feet a minute. We got plenty of time on this one. And vertical speed. And that way we can control the speed.
Paro traffic is circle 730. We are 8 miles out for the RNAV 33. Paro.
Oh, he is landing Paro. Where are we? We're about, we're still on the RNAV. We're just past the initial Paro traffic. Paro Bhutan 357 over at Show, starting for the RNAV circle 33 Paro. Alright, altitude arm. Watch the speed a little bit, come down a little bit there. At, you want flaps 18 at 160. Alright. 752, you want flaps 18. So 752 and speed 160. Roger that. So let's go ahead and start slowing up a little bit. We're 6 miles out. Man, she slows down like a brick. Altitude arm. So we're going to level here at 15.4. Speed's coming back. Once we get min clean, or min speed, we'll go flaps 18. You're running out of space, Wojtek? 5 terabytes. Oh my word. There you go. That's another reason, my friend. Space. Yep. It's a huge bonus having it streamed to the cloud. Huge. Oh, let me get flight recorder up and ready. Having a hard time slowing. Flight recorder is ready. Here we go, 160, flaps 18. God, the sounds, that just looks so freaking good. We're probably almost stalling. Oh, we're good. All right, so we're past 752. We need it. We're still at 15.4. That's the config. That's because my power is too low. Jeff L.
Shoe seatbelts fastened. This is going to be a spicy one.
Yeah, especially if I stall it right now. Power, 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 power. Thank you, Jeff L, for the $3 dono. Man, bank angle check right back at you, sir. Gutcho inbound. Wow, can we not stall here? Can we not stall? Power, power, power. Holy crap, dude.
Paro traffic is circle 730. Runway vacated.
All right, let's go ahead and finish these checklists. Altimeters cross-check, seatbelts on, APU start. Brake fans are still on auto, fuel panel is still set, cabin warned. We'll do that below 10, or I don't think we can do it now. We'll do it in a little bit. Seat approach as required. I have no idea where that is or what that is. Anti-is as required. All right, so APU is started, brake fans auto, fuel is set, cabin will do that right now. Rad out, set, cross-check, anti-is as required. Cool. All right, so now we are going down to 13.8, 13.8. $160, we'll do it there. Vertical speed hold. comes a turn. Let me go back here to aircraft. Seats for landing. Let's go ahead and line it up. I'm going to start the record now. Where'd the airport? I think it was back there. Alright, let's go back to our charts here. A little bit off on this. We're going all the way down 13.1 now. 13.1. I know we want to be at 11.5, right, for the circle. So 13.1 is set. Altitude arm. Above the TMS, terrain inhibit. That would be important to have. Push. Oh. Jip whiz. Oh, steep approach. Steep approach mode. I guess I can leave that on, right? We want to keep the gear warning and the... I guess I'll turn that off. Flap warning override too. How are we looking? We are still 160. We're headed to 728. We're looking good. We're coming down to 13.1, 12.6 at 722. But for the circle chart that I have, I think 11.5 is what we want to be at minimum for the circle. We're 160, flaps 18. We're looking good though. Terrain inhibit, steep approach, just right of the gear lever. Okay. The one above it too. You got it. We'll get them all on. We're inhibiting everything now. Alright, altitude captured here at 13,100 feet. A little power here as we level off with the flaps out. Jeez. I guess we are at 13,000 feet too. Okay, so 11.8 will be our next step down, and then from there it's 11.5. So I can set 11.8. I think we're okay. Get a little bit of power in. Man, these freaking views, though. I cannot imagine doing this approach in real life. It would be so fun and so hair-raising. All right, here comes the turn. We are headed now to 722, which 12.6. We're going to go ahead and start vertical speeding down now. We're going to go sync mode. Go ahead and lower that nose a little bit, get a little power out as I push down. Let's say about 1,000 feet per minute should do it. Re-engaged. Vertical speed mode. Oh, I didn't have an altitude arm. I think I did that out of whack. I think we'll be okay. 12.9. Here comes the turn. Now we're looking good, actually. When should I be fully... I imagine I got to be fully configured by the time we go over the top of the airport. So what's going to happen is this approach is going to spit us out right overhead of Paro at 11.5, and then I'm going to break off for the visual circle back. And I don't want to be configuring on that circle, so I'm just planning to be fully configured here before we start the visual segment with gear down and flaps out. Remember to dodge the red, white pole on the apron. Exactly, Ben. What I might do is I might just do a taxi back on the runway. We'll see. Man, what a valley. What beautiful weather, though. Good thing we got good weather here. Here comes another turn. We're about to go to 712. Here's the turn. Wow, look at that. This is live weather, correct. Live weather, but not live time, because it would be pitch black. And I don't think I want to do this approach with no terrain radar in the dark. Heck, I'm not even sure if it is legal at night. That'd be interesting to find out. Seem awfully close to this ledge here. We are headed towards 710. Paro should be right over here. We are coming down to, I'm going to dial in 11.5 now. We're going to keep coming down.
Speed check below 205, select gear down.
Okay.
Speed checked below 180, select flaps 24. Speed checked below 170.
I think it's a little early for that. Comes turn. And okay, I can see the runway. I see the runway out there. So I'm going to go ahead and go into heading mode here. I can see the runway. So I'm going to do the visual segment now. I'm just going to go right into heading mode. And I'm going to go down to 11.5. Sink it down, come to the right. We're going to go ahead and keep it on vertical speed. Altitude arm. I guess since we are at 11.5. And heading mode is armed. We're going to keep coming around. I'm going to have to turn track IR on for the approach. I'm going to go flaps 24. And then I know we skip the next step, right? We skip it completely. We go straight to config full. So we're at 11.5. Unpausing track IR for the approach. I'm going to reset my track IR. And we are going to go straight to flaps 30. We'll set bugs. There's Paro. So we are going to skirt off the left-hand side of this mountain here. We're going to do the turnaround in the valley. We're going to roll out and hopefully be on final. That's the plan. So because of runway heading, we don't have anything to look at. I'm just going to dial in a course here to give myself a rough idea. It's going to be rough. I'm going to set this to 150. We don't have any VORs or localizers to track, but I'm just going to give myself a rough course on my PFD there. And let's go ahead and let's see where we're at. We're right over the top. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the autopilot. It's going to be scary as hell. Our autopilot's coming off.
Autopilot disconnected.
Flight director's off. Didn't disconnect. There we go. That was weird. A little binding bug. Alright, we're going to start to turn out this way. I want to be between 10 and 9,000 on the rollout. Flaps 33 is selected. We got our speed set. Let me just make sure I did click that right. Yeah, so we're a tad fast. We got replay going, so I don't have to worry about looking at the juicy views. We're going to see it all on the replay. And we did cabin crew seats for landing. They are ready for landing. Cool. I'm going to slow up a little bit to speed. We'll do a little bit of cheating here just because this looks so good. We'll swing a tad to the left here. And I guess we'll start bank angle checking it around. So above 9, so I can go all the way down to 9. I'd rather be at 9. Get get that speed brake out. Starting to get fast. Alright, out of 10,000 feet. There's definitely some visibility issues down here in the valley. I want to be configured. I don't know if this is a real technique, but I'm going to leave the speed brake out like we did on the Cat 2 so I can be completely stable here. 9,500 feet. We're looking at 9,000 in the rollout. This actually is looking okay. So I got the river on my right. VREF plus 10, a little bit fast, correcting. Man, look at that haze though. Holy crap. Alright, we're at 9,000. I see where I'm going. I'm going to keep coming down. VREF plus 5. This is where if I start to level though, it really gets draggy. Cannot get behind the power curve on this sucker. Team Vodka, thank you for the super chat, man. I can barely read what you're saying. Thank you for the $10 super chat, man. Hope you can see the valley walls. Thanks, dude. Thanks for your support, man. I appreciate it, dude. I don't want to get too tight here. Remember, I don't want to get too tight on this. I think I'm a little tight. Here comes a hard bank angle check to the right here. Where's the runway? There's the runway. So VREF plus 5, bank angle check to the right, a little bit high, come on down. Do I go over this little hill? I can't remember. We're gonna go over it. Wow, this is no joke here. I never actually flew this, did I? Phantom flew this when we were in the Airbus. Man, we're gonna say hi to that guy's house. Just dusted his roof. Is that a bird flying? I thought I saw a seagull. Alright, we're VREF. Watch the power. There it is. Now it's just a normal landing. Now it's just a normal landing. On center line, walk it back.
Round idle. Yellow and green spoilers.
Nice. Could have had a little bit more flair on there. Slow her down, baby.
80 knots.
That was
60 knots.
epic. I'll go ahead and pause. Track IR. Whew. That haze, I'm not gonna lie, when we started making that circle, I see all the haze down there in the valley, all coming off the water. I was getting a little bit nervous. Damn. Mist of death. Guys, if you haven't already, I'm sweating on that approach. Oh, I forgot to do the yoke cam the whole way down. Nobody reminded me. Sorry, guys. We'll do it on the departure. Sorry about that. But I know you can't see it, but I am sweating. I would appreciate you hitting the like button for that, because that was awesome. Thank you, Chris, for your help, man. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now so we don't waste time. I'm not going to take this taxiway. I learned my lesson. So we're going to tiller her all the way around, and we're going to back taxi. Probably how we should have when we landed in the Airbus. So now, this is something where this would be debatable, and it would probably depend on your SOPs. If you're doing a back taxi, could you reconfigure? Depends. So we have a long taxi back. I'm going to go ahead and reconfigure the airplane now, because we do have a long taxi back. But that goes back to that old piloting CRM thing, you know. Let's go ahead and get back to the gate so we can see that replay. This is easier than the Airbus, way more satisfying somehow. I tell you what, it's more satisfying than doing it on the Airbus. You know, the Airbus, you have a lot of, you know, obviously you have the whole fly-by-wire helping you out. You just put it where you want it. This airplane, it's a little bit easier to manage the speed because, man, you could just get those barn doors out there and it slows down on no problem. But there's something satisfying about flying this little jet in through the mountains there. I believe this is a pay-where scenery flight sim 280. I believe it is. XP, what's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. Let's go ahead and finish configuring over here. Get those back on. Well, you know what? I don't want to reconfigure too much because we want to watch the replay, and I don't know what'll bug the replay, so we'll just leave it at that. Blue Bear, what's up, man? It's gone well, dude. It's gone well. We did a nice approach. I don't even know what that landing rate was. It doesn't pop up on my screen. I don't know. It looks like it's having an issue. Does it even show our stats? It doesn't look like it showed our stats up there. That's weird. This airplane comes alive in your hands. That's the charm of it. Chris, that's a great way to put it, man.
Bank angle.
Grab a glass of Woodford on me. Juicy landing and content.
Hey, Bart, dude, thank you so much for the $13 dono. Bank angle check right back at you, sir. He says, glass of Woodford on me, juicy landing content. Hey, man, I'm going to need a shot or two after this stream. That is for sure. Thank you so much, Bart. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, my FSUI PC does seem off, Sim Aviator. I think it has to do, whenever I don't do real time, it gets funky. Oh, you know what? I think we can take this one here. Let's take this one. What are our brake temps? I feel like I was on them pretty good. 362. Is that hot? We'd get a hot brake in the Airbus. All right, I don't want to hit any of these these little poles here, so hold on. Wow, we taxi right over them. That's cool. All right, let's find ourselves a little parking spot. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it, dude. I'm not gonna, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and configure flaps 18 because that's where we started the replay, was flaps 18. So I'm gonna drop the flaps out. We're not gonna do a shutdown, but the sounds are amazing during shutdown. We might do a shutdown in Kathmandu, but I want to have the airplane configured for replay mode here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paro Bhutan. That was a ton of fun. All right, let's go replay mode, huh? I want to see this. Oh, we don't need to get that going just yet. We are going to do a second leg. We are going to depart Paro. We're going to depart here, and we're going to go back to Kathmandu, which should be fun. So we're going to do a second leg. Can't get enough of this airplane. Look at these visuals coming in here, though. I'm going to speed it up a tad. Let's go to where we started the circle. There we go. So this is, there we go. So here we go. We're getting ready to start the circle. We'll go ahead and watch it from here for a little bit. Oh, yeah. Disconnecting from Vatson. Thanks. Big brakes, no reverse. Yeah, okay, so that's a good temp. Is there any temp that you would consider hot? Because, I mean, it has brake fans, which is good, but I guess that's pretty normal. Shoot, I imagine going into London City, though, you got to be stepping on the brakes. Thank you, nerds. Said that mist coming in over the guy's house. Yeah. Looks like we are configuring full now. Love the flap animations. I mean, that's a pretty cool view. I wish we had a flyby view. Fully configured. Starting the visual segment. So yeah, you can really see what we did now. We went just past the departure end, shot up the valley, right turn around. You want to be between 10 and 9,000 right here. I like to stay left of the river and then cut it in and line it up. Now there is a house down there that I totally dusted. I'm not sure if I was supposed to cut it that close, but hopefully he has insurance. Niels, thanks for the $10 dono, man. Appreciate it. He says, thanks for all the great streams. Happy landings. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that $10 super chat. Thank you. Thank you, Elan. Appreciate it, bud. I'm curious to see how the departure goes out of here. The departure ought to be just as fun. They definitely are a work of art, though, Chris. That guy must hate the noise pollution. There's a shadow down here. So cool. Yeah, there's the mist, though. I like the BAE 146. Hell yeah, Peter. I'm loving this airplane. Honestly, that was a cool video. That's a cool shot right here, actually. Personally, I'm getting a ton more enjoyment out of it than the MD-80. In fact, this morning when I was setting up for the stream, I spent most of the morning in the MD-80. But I just can't. I don't know, man. It doesn't get me excited. I'll be honest with you. I think it's the sounds, but that's just me. You know, we all have our personal preferences. I just feel immersed when I'm in this airplane, you know? Just need a Dan Air 146 for maximum juice. We got the livery, Blue Bear. It comes stock with the Dan Air livery. Yeah, look at that. Look at so like we're in a shadow over here from the clouds. Good. Now I guess we don't need this on the screen. Let's get rid of that. I'd have a lawn chair on the roof if I lived there, Steve. I would too, man. You and I, we'd be up there sipping bourbons, getting sandblasted from all the jets flying over at 50 feet. But the atmospherics are epic right here. Man, look at that bank angle. We got the speed brake full out. I love that speed brake too. That just looks awesome. So these people over here are looking at, I mean, that looks real. Let me get, my views are all kind of misaligned because my track IR is on. This looks freaking real though, right? Look at that. That looks like a real shot. I feel like I'm sitting under the wing of a 146 coming into Paro. Look at this. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm supposed to go all the way around or we cut the corner here. I think I probably could have been a little bit further to the left here. Kind of hug this river a little bit more. Look, and now we're into the clear. We flew out of that haze. Cristuper, you about to do this flight again? Hell yeah, man. We need a flyby view so bad. All right, here we go. That's cool. Let's watch it from this view here. I think I only got like one sync rate too. Oh, see, I don't have the inhibits on during the replay. So right about here, yeah, this dude. I mean, shoot, we're 50 feet. Oh my gosh. I mean, I think we're like 50 feet over that guy's house. And these trees, I don't think are this tall in real life. A little bit sketch. I felt like I could have flared a bit more, but I got a little nervous. Yeah, I got a little bit nervous. And there she is. Let's watch just a few more from that angle, that final turn right here. Let's watch it from under the wing. Actually, we watched it from outside, so let's watch it from right in front of the wing. The flaps at the back, those are the speed brakes. Tranquil Breeze, thank you for the 276 dono. Says, hell yeah, great views and another great stream. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the super chat. A drone cam from the house you dusted. I mean, look how close you are to the mountain over there, right there. What's up, man? Oh, jeez. That's a classic shot right here. Right there, coming in. That's where all the thumbnails are taken. That final turn. Yeah, I didn't really flare. I just plunked it down. I don't know. Let me see if I back up. And then if I go to drone cam, right? I mean, it'll take forever for me to get there. I want to go to that guy's house. I need to get a D-pad for this thing. All right, here's the view right there. Can I unlock from it? Oh, yeah. Can I unlock it? Let's see. Drone follow mode? Oh, tell me I can back it. I can. Okay, here we go. Check this out. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. Let me back it up one more time. Nope. I'm gonna come a little bit more to the right. Over to this house. Here it comes. I would love to be on that guy's roof. Are you kidding me? I would absolutely love to be on that guy's roof. And that air brake. Alright, this is it. Then I gotta set her up for a second leg. They could be selling airplane viewing tickets for the roof, exactly. Lawn chair and a cooler, indeed. Indeed. Alright guys, that was cool. I'm going to set us up for the return leg. Should be a short flight. We're going to go right back to Kathmandu. I've never done an approach over there, so I'm going to have to kind of do some looking at that. So give me about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to stretch my legs, use the restroom, set up for the return leg. We're going to depart from right here, Paro Bhutan, and head over to Kathmandu. So hope you stick around. I'll see you in about 5 to 10 minutes. Cheers. Alrighty, I think we are back. I know that was a quick one. We're just doing a quick turnaround here. We got the airplane in turnaround state, just where we left off. Let me go ahead and reconnect to that sim, see if anybody was still hit the airport. Reconnecting. Looks like we want disconnecting. Cool. Alright, so right where we left off, absolutely beautiful approach. Oh, look at that shot right there. We are in the turnaround mode, so we're just going to go ahead and get the 30-90 speed exactly. The replay software that I was using right there, that's Flight Recorder, I believe. Flight Recorder. I think it's a pay-to-air record thing you got to do. Oh, looks like somebody spawned on unspawned. But here we go. Let's go ahead and set this airplane up. We're going to do a quick turnaround. I've never even tested this sector, so I don't even know what the departure is. I saw on the flight plan that it said we're limited cargo and gross weight is limited for zero fuel weight. So that should be interesting. Let's go to the home page here. Let's go to our charts, resume. Don't make me do that again. All right, cool. And then let's go OFP, continue. Basically has us going direct to Paro, which I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So we're going to need to kind of do our own departure here. Let's see what VQPR. Let's see what they got for departure procedures. We do have the BOGOP 1 Alpha subsuit. Oh, that's Star. As far as the SIDs go, we don't have any. There is no SID. Okay. That's interesting. We're basically gonna just have to fly out. Now what's they had a missed approach segment right here that I feel like would be a great departure procedure. I wonder if I can hack the box to fly this. Wouldn't that be something? What we'll do though, we're just gonna do it all manual. We're just gonna hand fly it out. We'll get clear terrain. We'll fly up the valley, and then we'll head out. So we'll just do it all manual. I'm sure there's some type of company procedure that they would have here. We are probably going to depart off runway 15, and we want to get the rest of our OFP set. So it's a super easy flight plan to put in here. Let's index that. Let's go flight plan VQPR back to Kathmandu VNKT, right? Yeah. We're going to depart. What are we departing? 15, right? I'm confused now. It is 15, right? Where was that? Yes, we are going to depart 15. Right there. Cool. So 15, execute. There's nothing in there. That's interesting. So there really is nothing even in the database. But as far as our flight plan, it says PRO, BGD, Tumley, Kimti 1R. We're going to even shorten that up. We're just going to kind of go backwards. We're going to go departure, arrival, arrival index. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do for arrivals. I'd like to do a VOR. Let's just load up the VOR2 approach. I don't even know what it is, but we'll just load up VOR2 on the Kimti. We'll execute that. We'll look at that en route. 15, then PRO. And then after PRO, it is BGD and then Tumley. Put it on top of Kimmy, right? I don't know which one it is. We'll select that one. It's 120 miles away. That seems feasible. And we'll skip that waypoint and then we'll set that up. That's fine. That's plenty good. We got the arrival. That's all we need to worry about. Sim market. Yeah, I believe that's the one. Sim market flight recorder is what we need. Exactly. All right, let's go here and let's get some current weather. And also our arrival, just to see what's going on. We'll send those away. 100 at 3, temperature 19er, 7,000, few, no significant. Pretty much what we saw coming in here. All right, so for top of climb, we're going to go ahead and just set 300. That's so high. SimBrief really makes it high up. I'm going to set... We'll do 28. We'll do 28 for top of climb. We'll do 28 for top of climb. That's our flight plan. Let's come back to the aircraft. Now we got to get our payload right. So zero fuel weight is 65. That's what our limiting weight is. And we need 10,000 pounds of gas. So I'm just going to put 5,000 on each wing tank. Why can't I put 5,000? $5,000. Enter. 5,000. Enter. Gives us exactly what we need. 10,000 pounds. What was our... It was 65 max. We're still over. We got to get rid of this cargo. Bags can't come. We're going to have to get rid of some passengers. We are 64,895. 65.16. That's about as that's we're going to be. This is going to be an interesting departure, no doubt. Let's close those up. All right, let's do an overhead sweep here. Where did it leave us? Everything else is on. Those are on. That's good. I'm doing a sweep of the overhead here. Left inner tank pump is on. Transfer is still on. APU is on. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Fans are on. That's fine. We can kill the pack. We do pack 2 on the ground. Logo light on. No smoking. Arm. Nope. Arm the flight deck lights, which they are armed. Beautiful. Seatbelts on. Cool. APU's firing up. What's up, Juan? First leg went well, man. It was great. Great departure out of here. Oh, I'm sorry. Great arrival into here. A lot of fun. Tons of fun. Love that approach. You cannot get autopilot to engage for the life of me on this plane. So you remember, you gotta, there's autopilot, this is not where you turn it on. Autopilot is down here, right here. That's where you gotta turn it on, right down here. So make sure you have that set properly. I'm gonna hit B to set our altimeters. 2999, 1016 is set on both of those. That's good. APU should be online. APU power is available, so external AC power off. And let's go ahead and pull the ground power. Let's go ahead and pull the stairs. Pull the chocks. And we'll go ahead and close the forward passenger door. All buttoned up. Love that animation there. Damn, this plane is so much fun to fly. Alright, as far as departure briefing, we're going to fly straight out. We're going to fly, I'm going to hand fly it up the valley. Once we have enough altitude, we're going to turn back around and get en route. So it's a very simple departure brief. I'm going to power up our TMS and see what we got. Our anti-ice is off, so we should get the proper thrust. It's 19 degrees. I'm also going to set TGT to 830 for the engineers, as Chris mentioned earlier. Our takeoff thrust out of here is going to be 92.8, so we'll go ahead and set the bugs. Now we can power down the TMS. We'll prepare for engine start. Engine anti-ice will come on. All fuel tank pumps on. All of our hydraulics off. Beacon on. APU air and packs off. And start master on. We are ready to start engines. Let me pre-plan our pushback and get out of here. Ooh, ATR 600 would be a lot of fun, no doubt. Oh, go ahead and start the pushback. While he's doing that, we do have pushback. Do we have a pushback driver here? Oh, I don't think we have a tug driver here, huh? I don't think there's a tug driver at this airport. That's fine. We're starting them this way. Here we go. Starting 4. %, fuel. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fly it. Absolutely, man. 5 aircrafts are looking forward to PMDG quality wings. Really? Yeah, no tug drivers here. My bad. I don't think anybody's making an ATR, Mayday. Is someone making an ATR? Oh, am a Zobo ATR? No, thank you. Sorry, but no. Would you guys be excited if there was like a... Are you excited for default X-plane airplanes? I can't get excited for default airplanes. Because that's exactly what they are. They're just default airplanes. Looking for 10%. There it is. There we go. Juan, I've been thinking about doing some Columbia flying. Absolutely. Everyone's bugging me to fly the MD-80. We could do some MD-80 stuff in Columbia, but I would love to do some 146 flying down there, man. Super Dill. I'm absolutely loving it, man. A lot of these streams, I wanted to get at least three good streams on it. That's why we're doing 2 legs. They're kind of long, I know, but I'm kind of stress testing. I'm monitoring all my temps and stuff. I want to see how it's running. So I appreciate y'all hanging in with me and watching the streams, hitting the like button. But yeah, I'm enjoying the car for sure. Absolutely enjoying the 3090. Going number 2. Here we go. Milviz? Milviz is not working on our ATR, are they? Milviz is one of the best developers out there. Are you guys serious? No, you're not joking? If Milviz is making an ATR, I might lose it. I still got to pick up that 310. Mayday, you're right. They need to stop making airplanes and start focusing on the sim as a platform. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that, man. We'll have to see what happens to my overlay. Hopefully it stays up this time. I don't know why it's desyncing. Alright, so we are almost... We got one more to go. And, you know, this is the other part I love about this airplane. Is it's like, it's a mini 747. I love the 747. This is literally a miniature 747. Classic. Maybe. Yeah, when the Phoenix releases, I think, so the 2 airplanes for me that are either going to make or break the sim are the PMDG and the Phoenix. You know, obviously I think the PMDG is a little bit closer to release than the Phoenix Airbus, but if those airplanes live up to, as far as the PMDG is concerned, live up to what I've experienced in the past with FSX and P3D, if that lives up to Microsoft and they keep the standards the same, I'm all in. Same with the Phoenix. But I know we're all kept in the dark about the Phoenix, so we shall see. All right, we have 4 good starts. Let's go ahead and do this. So that's coming off. Start master off. Engine anti-ice off. Ice detection switch is on. Heaters are coming on. APU air is on. Packs 1 and 2 on. Hydraulics all on. Or no, auto and on. On. Damn it, I forget. Is it auto or on for the AC pump? I think it's on. And then we put it into auto and shut it off at to climb out. Everything else looks good. Generator 1, generator 4. We're going to leave the APU on. Man, I think we did good. We're going to do a flaps. So this is a question. Do we do flaps 18 or do we do a flaps 24 takeoff? Obviously, flaps 18 are going to give us a better second segment climb out. But I kind of feel like, I don't know. I'm going to default to, I'm going to go 24. Screw it. I'm going to go flaps 24. We're going to Kitech and Microsoft? I think so, Jeff. I think you're onto something. Chris says it climbs well at 210 knots with MCT on the TMS, just in case you need it. Chris, thank you, sir. I will go MCT 210 knots is what we're looking for. God, just the flaps on this airplane. This is a hell of an airplane. It's so good. All right, flaps 18. We're going to go ahead and set our bugs. We're also going to power up the TMS, and we're going to select takeoff mode. 92.8 is confirmed. All right, let's see how we did here. Let's breeze through a after start checklist. So norm, off, as required, on, auto. Both on, auto and on. Good, I got that right. Heaters are all on. APU on as required. Engineer is off. TMS on. Transponder, I'll get that. Taxi lights, I'll get that, and we'll test that. Damn, I am basically type rated in this, aren't I, Chris? Awesome. All right, we're going to go... I'm just going to go straight to TAR rate because we're going to be on the runway anyway. TAR rate is selected. We'll do a brake check. Taxi lights are coming on. Brakes off. Paro traffic, Royal Bhutan 357, going to be back taxiing runway 15 for departure, Paro. Yep, I reset the temp to 19 on the TMS. No flap 18, or you lose the third segment climb if one fails. No flap 18. So, use flap 18? Or no flap, or use flap 18. Sorry, man. I don't want to mess that one up. All right, we're gonna go. Yeah, we'll just turn on right here. This will be a tight turn. We're gonna tiller it over. I don't want to hit one of these fences because I know they are collidable. Oh, let's get our cam on for you guys too. I hate when I mouse wheel something on Streamlabs. It zooms the sim. Am I the voice of the captain in the fly-by-wire? I can neither confirm nor deny. This is awesome though. Alright, so I should go flap 18. So what I'm guessing then is I should use flaps 18 for departure. I know there's about a 15-second delay in chat. Chris, sometime I'd love to, I don't know if you have Discord or not, but at some point I'd love to have you on, maybe even on stream, and do a flight with this, and you can walk us through some of the quirks and whatnot. I don't know if you use Discord or not, but if you do, shoot me a message. I'd love to get in contact with you, man. Here's the other thing. This airplane taxis on the ground really nicely compared to a lot of the default models. Now, it could be better, and what I think the problem is right here. And I don't know if this is changeable. So when I use my pedals, see how the pedals are automatically connected to the nose wheel tiller? So I get like double action, but when I use my tiller axis only, it works great. So if anybody knows how to change that or disconnect the rudders from also moving the nose wheel tiller, it'd be very much appreciated. I guess this will just be a flight director off takeoff because we got nothing to, well, you know what, I guess it doesn't hurt to at least put it in go around for that. I'll set that up, and then we'll arm our altitude up here. The guys that made the tiller stopped taking orders? Oh, man. Maybe they got over-swamped? Hey, well, I hope it's because they sold enough of them that that they can't make anymore. Because, I mean, that's a good... I mean, I know it sucks if you didn't get the tiller when you did. But I hope, you know, they stopped making them because they sold so many. They just couldn't keep up with demand. Because they're pilots just like us. That lived in Australia. They live in Australia and out on COVID. So they were doing it as a second job. So that makes me feel good if we gave them some business. All right, so I will set flaps 18 set. Oh, he went back to work? Nice. All right, well, that makes me feel good. That's good, Team Vodka. Good to hear it, man. Yeah, so I've got the tiller axis. No, I've got the tiller axis bound and it works fine. But the problem is if you touch the brake pedals or like just trigger your pedals will conflict with the tiller axis, is what I'm saying. So like I don't know how to separate rudders from the tiller in the Just Flight airplane. Ah, that's good to hear. That makes me happy that Cat 3 is back at work. All right, look at that, though. I mean, it's almost like I know how to taxi an airplane. All right, that is set. Let's go ahead and cabin call. That's coming on. I should have turned our lights on before entering the runway, but it is what it is. Strobe is on. I'm waiting for them to give me a call, and this is what we're going to do. Let me set my heading bug. We're just going to fly this sucker VMR. We're going to accelerate at 1,500 feet, which is going to be 18, or it's going to be 88, to call it 9,100, 9,200 feet? No. 1,000 is 83. 88, geez, math. 8,800 feet. We're going to select speed 210, IAS hold, and MCT. All right. Here we go. Go around is set. Ooh, let's arm our altitude of 280 is armed. And I guess I put heading mode arm as well because we're just flying a runway heading. And a slight left. Are you guys ready? I kind of wish I was recording the departure. We never see departure replays. This is going to be sweet though. All right, here we go. Let's spool them up. And before I completely spool them up, trim is set. Cool.
TMS set to take off.
I'm going to hold the brakes all the way till we get 92.8. There, TMS lights out.
Power set. Flex
Release the brakes. Here we go. I mean, come on. I'm going to be all over the center line now. I better just be up here. That just looks awesome.
Speed alive, both sides.
I hope we did the weight and balance correctly.
80 knots cross-checked.
Oh, yeah.
V1. Rotate.
I mean,
V2.
No sync.
we didn't have a whole lot extra to play with there. We did not have a whole lot extra to play with. Just flying VFR. Matter of fact, let me get my track IR on. Lower the nose. Approaching 8,800 feet. All right, it's 8,400. We got a little bit more to go. We're just going to fly up the veil. Yep, I see it. Probably should have had that inhibited. All right, here comes acceleration out there. We're going to go sync. Oh no, we're going to go MCT, MCT. And I'm going to lower the nose and pitch for 210 knots. And I'm also going to get my autopilot ready to go here. So I'm going to set my heading bug. Lowering the nose, doing a bunch of things at once here. Lower the nose a little bit more.
The FTO, safe height speed, select flaps.
Flaps clean. Let's come left. Shoot, forgot to go IAS hold. Watch the mountains. Watch the mountains. Jeez. Yeah, there's really no room for looking at wing views on this departure. You gotta fly the airplane. You have to fly the airplane here. Let's go ahead and reset my
Terrain ahead.
I saw it. We're good. Oh, the little turbulence coming over the ridge line there, or what? Low, IAS hold. Close enough to 210, or MCT. I'm going to turn that off. Jeez. That's really loud, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and kind of just stay in the valley here. We're at a 10. We'll go ahead and start cleaning up the lights. I have no idea what the light rules are in this part of the world, but we do them at a 10,000. We're still 210 MCT. Look at that. We'll just kind of make a left turn all the way around. Did I miss the drink service? Damn. Flaps 18 unless the field is limiting. Got it, Chris. With MCT on the TMS, it goes real well. It goes real well if you're flying the airplane and not looking for wing views here or trying to see your graphics. That's for sure. One more. I mean, the terrain out here is absolutely insane. All right, we're eventually going to have to spin around. So I'm going to select RNAV, and let's go to our legs page here. Let's go direct to BGD. Execute. That's directly behind us a little bit. So I'm going to stay in heading mode. We're going to heading mode around. We keep going at MCT here, 210 knots. We're going to keep it in heading mode as we make the turn here. A little bit of a Zobo air there. What panel am I using to manipulate the autopilot? Just the Bravo. So the Bravo right here, it's got all the knobs and stuff. So like I got my heading bug is on the little wheel there on the Bravo. It actually makes it very nice to operate, because you can select your vertical speed modes and all that. All right, so now as we roll around here, I'm going to go ahead and go sync mode. And I'm going to lower the nose just a little bit for 250 knots. Get a little bit of speed out of it. Right about there. Sync mode re-engaged. And I need to go back, and we're still in IAS hold. Keep coming around. There's transition. 2992 is set twice. All right, now I think we can start cleaning up. So I'm going to do that 830 TGT. 830 TGT in the climb out. It's going to walk them back. I like that trick. All right, up here we go engine air 1, 2, 3, 4 on, APU air off, and I'm trying to remember the order of the checklist. So basically this goes auto, off, APU shutdown. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Let's get a redirect here, and we're going to go direct to. So redirect to Bravo Golf Delta, execute, and LNAV. I did execute it, right? I did. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a VFR departure from Paro. We only had a couple jip whizzes. Chris, it won't accelerate to retract the flaps in hot and high. Flaps 18 if the runway is sufficient. Okay. So, send me a link by PM for Discord. I don't have it. Yeah, there's a... Hold on. If you look at the... Let me get rid of this. If you look at the description, there should be a video. There's all the links from the description for the Discord. I'll get one here for you in a second, too. What is... Why do we have ice detected? That's just an Azobo thing. We'll go tail and that on. There we go. Now we're straightening it out. 750. We'll go ahead and turn down the audio a little bit. Let's see what we're doing here. There we go. There's the Discord. Thank you, Team Vodka. Thank you, Team Vodka. Alright, after takeoff, landing gear is up, lights out, flaps up, sync as required, engine is on, APU is off, packs are pressurizing. I don't think we set the pressurization. Oh, yeah, we did. 250, 280, close enough. Let's go ahead and... little ear poppage. 23, climbing to 280. I love this view. This is my favorite. I think it's my favorite view right here. Right behind the wing, you can see both engines, the flap track fairings, but you still get a nice view of the ground. Nightbot was doing beverage service. Thank you, T-Vodka. If I could fly one type of aircraft for the rest of my career, what would it be? As long, like, man, A340 600. A340 600 on domestic routes. Team Vodka, you got to get back in the 146, man. It's just, it's so fun to fly, man. Am I planning on doing any failure streams with the 146? No, not now. I want to try to get good at just getting basic profiles down. Hamish, like, I'm going to need to just do some circuits. I'll probably do it off stream or maybe a members only stream. I'm just going to do some circuit work, just getting the profiles down, you know, like acceleration. Because in the Airbus, you know, it's second nature for me. It's what I'm actually trained on. It's what we do all the time. But being able to do that in the sim and get some pattern work done, I want to get that done first. Because you can't go about doing any failure simulations unless you really have a handle on how to handle the airplane in a normal situation. I know, we need to get back in the King Air. Yeah, I wish Airfoil Labs had a King Air for Microsoft. I bet that would swing you over. Do I think the Zebra Mall will come to Microsoft? No, I don't. $2,000 feet to level off. And then I think we'll just do a TGT hold and cruise. Francis, you gotta stop watching all the streams and fly yourself. That's what I'm here for, man. Fly along with me, dude. Fly along with me in the next 146. We'll do a 146 party. In fact, on X-Plane, we did a 146 Bonanza stream. We streamed for almost 8 hours. What was it? Team Vodka and was it Christian? A couple guys that stuck around for the whole stream. I mean, we started out with, I don't know, a dozen or so airplanes, and then by leg 2 we had maybe half that. Then leg 3 we had less than that, and then the last leg, I think it was just 3 or 4 of us. But it was a full day life of a regional pilot. We flew 4 real routes, real time. I literally showed up at the office for streaming like I was showing up for work. I had snacks, I had water ready to go, and we just sat and flew real time all day long. That was a lot of fun, though. Oh, yeah, it was about 6. Yeah, it was more than that. I think it was like 6 legs. Oh, we had about 6 people on the last leg. Let's see. We did John Wayne, San Diego, San Jose, Tahoe, back to John Wayne. What a day that was, huh? All right, so now we're gonna bring it back. I'm gonna go to sync mode. Disengage TGT. Ah. I forgot how to disconnect. So we'll go back to sync mode. We're gonna bring it back. Yeah, we cut the last one short. We just went direct. Well, it didn't help that we crashed 6 times taking off out of Tahoe. I'm going to do another TGT hold of 6. Let's try 670. Let's do a 670 TGT hold. I wish there was a fuel flow hold. All right. That is good. I guess that could be problematic, though, if you had like a fuel leak or something. All right. That is set. Let's go ahead and let them run. That was a seatbelt sign, right? Yeah, seatbelt sign is off. We'll release the crew. Don't need that. We out of here. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our way back to Kathmandu. MCT, no, MCT's off, right? I've got a TGT hold at 670 C. It seems to be holding us. It's a little bit low. Do 680 TGT hold. You didn't crash in Tahoe, you had your anti-ice on. That's right. Oh, yeah, we were supposed to go all the way back to San Diego, but then we ended up going to John Wayne. You're right. Whoa. Since you're flying an Airbus aircraft, what is the biggest difference between the 220 and the normal 320 family, if you know? I don't really know because I never flew the 220. So, you know, the 220, there's a lot more glass in it. It's definitely a little bit more advanced, a little bit more modern. They're not the same. They're definitely not the same. I wouldn't be able to speak to the 220 and how it is, how it's designed. So that wouldn't be a question that I can answer, unfortunately. But how do you know where to fly on the departures with the different cockpit? How do you know where to fly on the departure with the different cockpit? What do you mean, Admin? What do you mean about that? I gotta figure out what this VOR approach is all about. Where are we going? VNKT. Let's see what we're doing over here. First and foremost, we got 20 and 02. I think we're landing 20, right? We can do a VOR runway 2. Oh my word. Oh, it's just straight in. I see. Missed approach. Pretty tight. VOR Alpha, circling approach. We're not coming from that direction. VOR Bravo. We are coming from that direction. Ooh, a circling approach? Should we just do a straight circling approach, VOR Bravo? I don't want to do another RNP, even though I know this airplane's RNP capable, but I don't know if this specific one from Just Flight is. It seems a little bit lax on the tolerances, but that's one hell of an RNP. Holy hell, look at that thing. Damn. Where's the initial? KT 532? Oh. So this is all missed. Or no, it's not. Danfee initial. Enter at Danfee, but we're not entering from that side anyway. I think we're going to do the VOR circle, VOR Bravo circle, because we're coming from this direction. It's very simple. We just fly to the Kathmandu VOR and find the airport and land. We'll make right traffic. So let's dial that up, 13.2, which it should still be in there. It still is. And we're in VOR mode. Cool. We're a little ways out. Awesome. That's all we need to know. Simple approach. You can go TGT now once you are clear of terrain. Ah, okay. I remember you saying, yeah, we don't want to go TGT mode and then try to climb because then it's going to go down. I bet it gets real quiet in the airplane. So yeah, we don't want to do that. I do need a netfo, Chris. I do. I'd love to have you on board, man. Just school me on this thing. Greetings from Finland. Jimmy, what's up, man? Welcome. Welcome from Finland. That's a long way away, man. You're in Finland, I'm in Texas, and we're flying in Paro Bhutan, soon to be Kathmandu. All over the place, man. Welcome. Did I take interest in the 146 because of X-Plane 11? Yes and no. So I've actually always had interest in the 146. It just never was like... I always thought it was an interesting airplane, but there was never one really modeled well that I was all about. I think, what was it, Quality Wings? Didn't Quality Wings have one on FSX? I think I was waiting for that to come out, and then by the time it released, I got off the FSX platform. I think it was Quality Wings. So then I just never really came up. But yeah, when the X-Plane 11.1 dropped, I looked at it. Like, this does look interesting. And then once I did buy it and I started flying it on X-Plane 11, I fell in love with it immediately because to me, it's the perfect amount of modern, if I can say that, and old school. You know, you're not sitting up there with just a fixed card ADF trying to navigate. I mean, it has some modern functions to it. It's got an APU. It has an autopilot that's well designed, except you just have to understand. You have to understand basic modes. So it's basic modes, but it gives you the option that you can use vertical speed, you can use pitch, you can use IAS. So they're all basic modes of autopilot, and you just have to understand which one you're in, when you're in it, and you want to have an idea when it's better to use one over the other, which I'm still learning to do. But to me, that's just the right amount of challenge that I really enjoy because I like it. It's different, you know. You're not just looking at a pink magenta line, being a child of magenta and following the pink line with the autopilot on, doing VNAV and all that with auto thrust. It's a workload, but it's a very manageable workload if you practice in it. You got to get proficient in it. The biggest hindrance, like I said, is the mouse drag in this simulator, because when you're on a departure and you're holding a pitch attitude, maybe you're in sync mode, or you're holding a bank and your climb out angle, and then you go to click and drag on your mouse to move around, you're now just nullified that input, and the airplane will level on you, it'll descend on you. That's the biggest problem with this sim. They need to fix that. I don't want to say so. It's one of the biggest problems with this sim, because that drives me nuts. I think we did it on this departure even, you know, like right when we almost hit that mountain, we got real close. That's because I had like dragged my mouse down, and I was all of a sudden I went level as I went flap 0, which is just, you combine those two together and no good. Chris says MCT is max continuous. Normally you use a less punishing TGT, so selecting something between 800 and 830 for a normal climb. Ah, okay. That's right, because so between 800 and 830. All right. I liked doing that that 830 climb out was nice. You know, it's enough juice, but probably didn't need to go all the way to 830. But with terrain, just get above sector safe altitude. Yeah, you're right, Chris. I should have just stayed in MCT all the way up. I think I was a little bit early to accelerate out of that. Maximilian, yeah, as a streamer, you also don't want an airplane that needs constant work. Exactly. Because it is, you know, you want to look at the chat, you want to see what people are talking about, and you want to stay involved. But, you know, that's one of the biggest problems I face. But I think you guys are up. I appreciate your patience, and I think everyone is very understanding. Like when I do fly the more complex airplanes, there's times where I may go 15 minutes without even looking at the chat because I have to get so many things done. Example would be the Felis 747-200. I mean, that whole setup takes at least 15 to 20 minutes if you know what you're doing. And if you start getting involved in the chat, you're going to get distracted, you're going to miss something, and then something's not going to work. So you got to find that balance, you know, between your audience as a streamer, what they want to see and how interactive you want to be, versus how much you want to actually teach and show at the same time. As far as teaching is concerned, you know, in order to teach somebody, you have to know way more than you're teaching on that subject. That's what makes a good teacher. And if any of you are becoming instructors, I think somebody said they were becoming an instructor here in a little bit. I know Sam, I think you're getting ready to go, or Tom will be there eventually. But what makes a good instructor in anything, it doesn't even just have to be aviation, but you have to know way more about the subject you're teaching than what you're actually teaching your audience. Because if you just have a script that you're going to stick to, like these are my notes, this is what I'm going to teach, you're going to get a question, you're going to get off topic, and then you're not. I think that's what separates the okay teachers from the excellent teachers and instructors. So when I get in airplanes that I don't know a lot about, I know a lot of you guys still come looking for info, and I try to give you as much information as I can, but it is a challenge to try to be good at teaching. That's why with this airplane, I love having Chris in the chat. I'm learning a lot. I actually watched back most of the stream from yesterday, just reading Chris's comments, because I know there's a delay from the chat box and the live stream. And I'm trying to learn all these things on this airplane. So then later on down the road, if you guys have questions, I'll be able to answer them, and I won't just be totally, full of fluff. Like, it'll actually be a viable information that I'm giving you. Azobo mandating their sim breaking updates, and that's the other thing. So I think my three biggest problems with this sim are mandatory updates, the control binding situation. Binding controls is a freaking nightmare in this sim. I don't care. I mean, coming from X-Plane 11, if you're an FSX P3D user, then you're used to the headache. But coming from X-Plane 11, this is awful, like trying to get your controls set up, and it's so sluggish. It's just awful. And then, of course, no replay. I'm kind of getting over the replay thing, because I go ahead and get the flight. I use the flight recorder. I bought it off the sim market. I think it works good. The only thing is, don't do a full shutdown for the most part if you want to see, depending on the add-on, if you want to see like your flaps and stuff in the replay mode, you don't want to do a full shutdown. But yeah, those are some of the key features that just drive me nuts. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. I try my best. 82 miles from Kimti. So, we're on this one, right? Wait, what's after Kimti? KD 646. Hopefully, what we're going to do is we're going to set up for the VOR. We're going to go Kimti direct to Kathmandu, circling VOR Bravo. Yeah, so KTM. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go Kimti, and I'm just going to go straight KTM. Which is the 13.2. We're going to select that, and we're going to execute. And in fact, what I could do to simplify it, let's just go direct to the VOR now. 126 miles out. That'll help us with our top of descent planning. I don't think, is the VOR Bravo in the box here? Let's see. Arrivals. No. It just has VOR 2. Cancel that. We'll just do it old school. $710 rings a bell for cruise and TGT, but reset it to 800 once you are done. Okay. I'm gonna try. Let's just try it. Let's try a 710 TGT. Let's see what kind of speeds that gives us. I'm curious. We'll go TGT 710. That's going to bring it up to about 87% or so. Let's look at a quick top of descent calc. So in order for the circling approach, we want to be egress at 10,500 feet. All right, so I'm going to need to do some math on this one here. Let's go ahead and set this up. So, we're at 28,000 minus 10,500. 17.5, 17 and a half. Multiply that by 3 would be 52 and a half. I'm going to just call it straight 60 miles to get to 10.5. So 60 miles out from the VOR, we're going to start down. That would be at a traditional 3-degree path with no wind. A little bit of wind up here. Let's see, our ground speed is 389. We could do the formula to calculate it, but about 60 miles or so. I know this airplane can get down on a dime. We've already discussed that, so we should be fine. Damn, look at those clouds. Supercell, look, it's a lot of fun. You will not be disappointed, I tell you that. Oh yeah, here we go. I think Everest has got to be over there, right? We're passing Everest again. Mr. Martini, what's going on, man? Welcome, dude. Welcome. Man, look at that. We got more likes than viewers. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody stopping in, hitting the like button. 311 likes. Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Didn't even know we had that many viewers earlier. Good deal. Thanks, guys, for hitting the like button. Appreciate it. I will probably be hit or miss on the content this weekend. I'm going to be, so if you don't know, I bid for on-call schedule this month. So the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, 4 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I will be on the call. So we shall see. I'm going to try to do some streaming. We'll see. Hopefully the PMDG comes out this weekend. Jose78, what's up, man? From Guatemala? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome. We're just getting ready to enter top of descent here as we pass Mount Everest off the right-hand side. Thanks, Fubar. Appreciate it, man. Matter of fact, I can probably check. Let me see what my schedule says right now. Let me pull it up. Let's make sure there's nothing on there. And then it's probably about time to get down. Oh, they didn't give me the trip that I thought I was going to get, so that's good news. Well, there was a trip full of red eyes that it's like, oh man, if they give me that trip, I'm really going to be sad. That's the one risk you take when you go for a reserve schedule. You can either make out really good, and sometimes you go the whole month without flying. Sometimes they just call you all the time. Nah, cool. I feel like the music is too loud. Is it too loud? We're about ready to turn it down anyway. God, this view. That's my favorite view, though, still. Right from the back. This one's not as good as the other one I have. Let me set it. I gotta raise it up a little bit, maybe. Yeah, right there. That's the juice. No West Atlantic tracks, Team Vodka? No, I don't think so. So I almost... So the way it works on call, at least for us, is if there's a trip that fits your call days, you can preference it out of order. So like if no one else preferences it, then it's yours because you're the only one that preferenced it. So there was the trip with all those freaking Nat track stuff or Waters route. And then there was a trip that was full of red eyes. And I was like, well, I can roll the dice and hope I don't get called for either one, or I play it safe and bid for the trip that was all over the track route. And I didn't do either. As a matter of fact, I was going to put my bid in after the stream if it was still in the pot, but I don't see it anymore. It looks like someone else got it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't get it. I'll probably get some hodgepodge trip all chopped up. That's the other thing that sucks about sometimes if you're on call. You get a trip that just got chopped up from someone, you know, maybe a different base, you know, crew member called out, or maybe there was a cancellation, and then they pieced together a trip that doesn't even fit typically what your base would fly, and it can be bad. Man, look at that. Damn, that looks good. Overnight in Newark? No, thank you. I gotta bring my gun for that one, Blue Bear. Jeez. We had 4 FOs on reserve in Seattle last month at Alaska. That's it? You only had 4? Oh, jeez. Oh, so you're going to Bogota. Hey, I love, honestly, when I first got hired at my airline, you know, South America flying typically to me was like, oh man, do I really want to do all that? That's a lot of like, South America flying is no joke. You start going down to heart of Colombia and you know, go down to Peru, and like, I mean, it's no joke flying down there. You need to be on top of your game. So I always kind of shied away from it, and then eventually when I upgraded, I went to the bottom of the barrel of the seniority list again, right? So you climb the seniority list on the FO side, so I pretty much avoided all of it. And then when you go to the bottom of the barrel on the captain side, when you upgrade, you pretty much get all the trips that nobody wants, the jungle turns. And the ones that nobody wants are the jungle turns that are at night on red eyes. So like you'll be flying down at Guatemala City at freaking 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, or you'll be going down to Bogota, or just all over the place. And so you get comfortable pretty quick because no one else wants to do it. You end up doing it. And then I found out that I ended up actually enjoying it more, and I started wanting to do it in the daytime. So yeah, if you get the daytime trips, honestly, like a daytime trip down to Colombia is nice, man. I enjoy the scenery now. I enjoy the terrain. It's something different to look at. You got to be on your A game all the time, but it's different. You know, it breaks up the monotony of flying to Chicago and back or something, you know, or like an overnight in Omaha. Like, how exciting can that be? Well, actually, Omaha is pretty badass. I like Omaha. Those people know how to party out there for sure. But see, even you see how the airplane even just kind of oscillates in the. If I feel like the sim is more alive, I don't know. It feels alive, you know. All right, here we go. We're approaching TOD. We're gonna set 10,500. $10,500 is set. All right, and now, well, no, it's not. It is now. So, arm the altitude. Sync mode on. We're gonna nose it over here. I'm gonna pull a little power out too. Oh, wait a second. If I'm in TGT mode, ooh, that can overspeed you, right? Oh, this is not good. Hold on. Let's unsync it. Let's go IAS hold. I gotta get out of TGT mode. How do I get okay, I don't like TGT mode anymore. Sync. How do I get out of TGT mode? There we go, sync. So I can see where that's a problem. So if you're in TGT mode like I was, and I'm holding 710C, if I bring the power back a little bit, nose over, the airplane's going to thrust up to maintain 7 and 10C, so you're going to be overspeeding. All right, I can see where that can get a little hairy. Let's set this back to 800 in case we need it. That's set. We're in N1 sync mode. That is fine. Right now we are in IAS hold of 280 knots. We're doing about 2,000 feet a minute. We're looking good. 76% on the thrust levers. I love flying in South America. The weather and the views are always fun. Yeah, Orion, you're absolutely right, man. That's kind of what happened. At first, it was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. Then I got used to it. I'm like, hey, I like it. I enjoy it. Especially Colombia, man. I think, honestly, Bogota. Not really. Bogota's okay. Medellin is one of my favorite places to fly into. Honestly, Medellin is really cool. You get a nice little approach in there. It can be challenging if there's the weather and stuff, and especially if you're at night. There is a lot of terrain you got to be careful of. But the airport Medellin, the crew members, the ground crew personnel, the gate agents. I got a lot of friends there that work our gates, and it's fun. We always have a good time. We always have good times. Lima was a favorite for you. Got a good story for a Lima for you, but I can't really tell it. I don't know. It might give away something, so I can't tell it. My mom keeps bugging me. She wants to go down to Lima and pet llamas. I didn't even know that was a thing. I guess there's llamas in Lima. She's like, I want to go see the llamas. All right, we're gonna go vertical speed hold here, and we need to bring the power back to slow down, and we need to increase. Or what? I want to slow down a little bit. Let's pause the music, turn the sim up. Let's get ready for this approach. All right, there we go. We're back at 250. So now I'm going to go sync mode. We're going to pick up this rate of descent a little bit more. I'm going to go 20. There we go. That should be good. Vertical speed, almost 3,000 feet a minute there. We're 40 miles out at a 21,000 feet. I think we're a little high on profile. But let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign back on. Descent check. PTU is on. Pressurization is set. Briefing complete. Landing data, we will check that on approach. So for this VOR approach, it's very simple. We're going to fly inbound on the 285 to Kathmandu. So I'm going to dial in 285 when we do flip over. Matter of fact, we could flip over now because I see DMU 1. So here's a little tidbit if you want to know when you should, or if you could flip over from RNAV to NAV. So right now, I'm in RNAV navigation, so this DME is based off of my FMS. This DME over here, as long as I have it in VOR mode, I could put it in ADF mode as well. But this is the VOR. If I'm getting reception over here, I could see I got a to the station, 32 miles. I know I'm within range of the VOR. So I need to go ahead and sync my heading bug, and we're going to just flip over to VOR navigation right now. So we're going to go into that and VOR hold. Course 285 is selected. We're going to start tracking 285 inbound. We need to pick up our weather. We'll send it, get a fresh one. 19 degrees, 1014 on the meter. That makes it easy. 1014 is set. Let's go ahead and slow down a little bit here, get the speed brake out. We're 27 miles out. Egress is at 13, so we're only 10 miles from egress. We got to be at 10.5. We need to slow down and come down a little bit here. I'm going to plan to make right traffic. We're going to overfly. We'll enter a right downwind for whatever runway that is. 20. We're going to overfly the field and make right traffic for 20. Touchdown elevation is... Yeah, so these things get blurred out. 43s. Call it 4,400 feet, so 54. So 5,900 feet will be our circling altitude. Will be 1,500 feet above. So 1,500 feet for a turboprop, which technically we can go down to 5,600 on this approach chart if we needed to. After egress, we step down to 9.5. And egress was 15 miles. So we're getting close. We're looking good. Let's keep that power back. Chris, you're going to be flying the 146 this weekend? Awesome mode. Descent mode is simulated on the TMS. 63%, right? Minimum, I think. $1,000 to level off. Look at that coming in through the clouds here. No ice is detected, so we can go ahead and turn off our ice detection. Man, we might have to go down to 5,600 because there's some clouds over there. All right, approaching 1 mile to egress. After egress, we can descend and maintain 9,500 to the final approach fix. So we're going to dial in 9.5 and armed. We're 250. Here's egress. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to keep us coming down. I'm going to sync mode. About 1,500 feet a minute. Lock it in right there. Vertical speed. I'm going to slow down a little bit with the brake. No, that is a native tablet, Uno. Come up to 200 knots. All right, 7.5 at 6.5. We're inside of egress. And then DME 10. We can keep coming down. Basically have us locked in at a path here at 1,500 feet a minute. Let's continue to slow up though. And you can hide the tablet too. You just click on the compass deviation card, you can hide the tablet. Yeah, it comes with it. Pretty nice. What's the outside air temperature? If I go to aircraft, OAT is 48. What's that in Fahrenheit? I feel like I should have some ice on, but let's get the lights on. Wing lights, logo lights. Get flight recorder up. It'll be cool to do see the record on a circling approach. I don't think I've done that. We'll go all the way down to 6,600 if need be now. Or we're already set to 65. So 4 miles at 6,600. We're a little high. Another track IR on.
Speed checked below 205. Select flaps 18.
Flaps 18 selected. Go throttle cams coming on.
2,500.
I'm gonna set the bottom at 56 because we might actually need it. Oh my gosh, I could barely make out the airport right there. Alright. I'm gonna start the APU, I know that. Altimeter as fast as able to APU, brake fans, fuel, cabin, steep approach, rad out, everything else is good. Cool. Alright, we are gonna go heading mode. We're gonna make right traffic as we overfly. And let's go ahead and start recording as well. So there's the airport. We're going to record. We got 300 feet to level off. Technically, we can start a little bit low for the circling minimum there, but we're all right. We're just going to make a downwind. We're going to enter over midfield here. We got to keep visual of the airport though in that rain or mist.
Speed checked below 180. Select flaps 24. Speed checked below 170. Select flaps 30.
We'll autopilot off.
Disconnected.
I'm going to go ahead and turn the flight director off.
Speed check below 145. Select flap 33.
33 selected. We're coming back. Let's go ahead and set our V speeds. Oh man, guys, I lost the runway. This is not good. I didn't even brief the missed approach. And we're getting slow too. This is not strictly legal, unless my FO has it in sight.
1,000.
Oh shoot, this is not good, guys. Now we're scud running. I'm gonna level here at 5,000. Watch the speed, 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 speed. Bueller? Oh, wow. There's the runway. Way too tight. Think we can make it? Nope, I don't even want to do that. Let's,
500.
shit, what's the missed approach? Basically track outbound on the 288. Let's do it. Let's go around.
Speed check below 205. Select gear down.
We're just going to climb towards the runway. We're going to track 288 outbound. We need to be in takeoff mode. Or I guess we'll just turn it off. That's fine. I can't get the binding for TMS go around. See, I need to be able to change that. I mean, should we circle now? We see it over there? No. So well. Oh. .288. Come left a little bit. Heading. Autopilot. Jeez. Wow. Well, talking about how good the weather is, it just totally botched that approach. Here comes 288 VLOC. Capture. We're going to climb out to 9,000. Make it 10,000. Altitude on. Here comes 1,500. We're going to go MCT. Valves on a level off. Divert back to Paro. Well, that wasn't very good. And now it's raining. Okay, we can, I guess, stop the recording. We're not going to use that one. Here comes 10,000. We're going to level. Get rid of that. We should be cleaning up now. All right, let's see what kind of approach we can load up in here. Departure arrival index. Let's do ZOR2. Wait, no. Let's do the RNAV 02. And one sync. I don't want to get too fast. Let's load up the RNAV 02. Oh my god, seriously? Why does it keep timing me out? Screw it. Either Danphi or Rattan. We're just going to do that. We're going to pick that one. And we're going to go direct. Danphi. LNAV. Whew. Well, that sucked. Weather seems to be getting worse by the minute here in India. Great, that's all I need. Why does that is annoying, that timeout. There's got to be a way to undo that. At least these are quick to sync. I need to figure out, let's just load this. Open charts, procedures, approach, RNAV 02. I selected Danphi. I don't know. Where the hell is Danphi? Oh my gosh, Danphi's way out here. Oh my word. We even have the gas for this? I guess we do. Danphi at 10.5. Can we just go direct to the final, KT 532? Let's do that. Let's go direct 532, execute. That's going to be a 90-degree turn left. Final approach fixes at 8,700 feet. We're going to have to see and avoid terrain here off our left. Might climb, I think we'll be fine here at 10,000. We'll keep spinning that heading bug around. It's in LNAV. TMS does not have go around. And you never use descent mode. Oh, see, I'm never going to use descent mode again. I'll tell you that right now.
2,500.
All right, let's go redirect. That's something you don't want to hear at 10,000 feet. Jesus Christ. 2,500. I'm at 10,000 feet. Good night. There's some tall mountains out here. Y'all are crazy. All right, 10,000. I don't want to descend. I know it's at 8.5, but you know what? Screw that. I'm so done with you.
2,500.
We're literally cutting across some of the highest terrain out here. This is how you fly into a mountain. This is strictly for sim purposes. I mean, what I'm doing right now is how people die. Like, this is, it's no joke, not to be taken lightly, but we're in the sim, so we're having fun, but... yeah, this is exactly how you put an airplane into the ground right here, because we are, the final approach fix is at 8,500, but look at that terrain out there. But this is what we're going to do. Since we're in a 146, we're going to just hit it. I'm actually going to slow down right now. We're going to start slowing up. We're going to hit that final approach fix, and we're going to just dive and drive. Final approach altitude, our minimums is going to be 4,600 for RNP 0.3, which I doubt we have on this airplane. 4,600 is set. Let's go ahead and start slowing up. Here's what I need to do. I need to literally print out a flap card for my speeds. Like my max speeds, extension speeds. We're gonna come all the way back to about 160.
2,500.
Flaps 18 selected. I mean, the weather literally moved in as we were shooting a visual circle to land. That's pretty crazy. I mean, look at this. We can't see anything. Or 5 miles. It's going to be a real steep left turn here. I don't know if it's going to be able to handle it. Where are we coming? 532. And it's an S turn through the mountains. Config warning there. Tap, tap. Is this a CVR? 4 miles, 160 on the speed, flap 18. I'll configure once we turn inbound. I don't want to descend now because I have no idea what's going on out here. But look at this. I mean, this is the terrain we're in. But if I look over here, I can't see. I don't want to drop down. I might be able to sneak down about. Nah, I didn't even want to risk it. A little bit slow there. Is there an approach mode for LNAV though? Would there be like an approach arm? Man, level flight is, you need some serious power in this sucker. Alright, here comes a super sharp turn, but we're doing 155 knots, so it's going to oscillate a little bit. Let's go flaps 24. Gear up. Yeah, it's really going to struggle. Matter of fact, what if I go sync mode? I'm going to manually turn this. I'm going to go sync mode. I'm also going to start to descend. I'm going to bank angle checks in chat right here. We're bank angle checking. Ooh, I should be recording. Record is on. Gear down. Speed is good, 140. I'm starting to see out the window a little bit better now. That's good. I'm going to just keep sync on until I can get us back on the approach course here. 0.9. We got to come down. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Why don't I just hand fly it? I was doing better hand flying it. We're hand flying an RMP approach, also highly illegal. See, we're S-turning here on this waypoint, but that's fine. I'm going to try to capture that next one. Let's go. We're going to skip 30, going straight to 33. Alright, there's the turn. See, now I'll be able to track this one. Let's go ahead and set our V-speeds now. Flaps 33 is set. We're still a little high on path. A little fast. It's only illegal if somebody reports it. Caught that out of the corner of my eye. Chris is probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? I'm asking myself the same question. Hand flying an RNP approach in the weather in Kathmandu without a type rating. There you go. Here's the open throttle cam, by the way.
2,500.
Terrain.
Terrain check.
1,000.
All right, we're 1,000. We're semi-stable. I'm going to go ahead and level off a little bit here. I think we're getting a little bit low. 4,600s are min. Got 1,000 feet to minimums. Pretty sure we got a right turn. Here it is.
Terrain.
Terrain check. Got a little bit of extra speed coming through here. Wow, look at this approach. I'm pretty sure I'm
Terrain.
a little too low.
500.
I'm gonna cheat to the right of this here a little bit because I think I'm below path. I was looking at this, but I'm pretty sure this is not on the RNAV. Something's a little funky with it.
Terrain.
Check. 400 feet to minimums. All right, we're approaching minimums. We're a little bit fast, but that's okay. I'm carrying a little extra speed here because when we level, this airplane's very draggy. You can slow down, no worries. All right, here comes 4,600 feet. Let's go ahead and start to level off. About 100 feet high, that's fine. I'll take that. We're on speed. I'm looking for the runway now. My track IR on. This is... wow. Wow. Well, whose idea was to shoot a visual circle to land with a freaking monsoon rolling in here? I'm literally scud running 200 feet above minimums. I don't think I thought I was way high on profile. Turns out I'm just way low. So I'm actually climbing now to get back on it. Alright, I don't want to get too high now. I don't know where I'm at. Let's just see. We'll keep following. We're looking. Theoretically, runway 2 is coming up on the FMS, so it should be out here. I think I see it. There it is. Barely see it. Are our lights on? Oh, we never... A little bit late for that. Runway's in sight. Jeez, could y'all turn the runway lights up for us? Just a normal landing. Here we go. Gear is down. We're flaps 33, coming back to on speed. 500 feet. We'll go speed brake out. Yeah, this is track IR. Yeah, if you see me looking to the right, that's me trying to look at the chat. Oh, of course. Now it's nice and visual. Well, it's still a little hazy. Approaching 500. Speed brake out. Little bit low, correcting. Would have been nice if they could turn the runway lights up for us, huh? Correcting. Getting low. Man, that speed brake comes out. It's a barn door out there. Jeez. Definitely trimming treetops on this sucker.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
Ground idle. Yellow and green spoilers. Brake pressure seen.
Let her roll, baby. Ladies and gentlemen,
80 knots.
we made it. Somehow. Whoa, 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 whoa.
60 knots.
We'll take the next one. You're not scared anymore. I was pretty much scared the whole way down on that one. A firefighter in the 146. Man, is there a firefighting livery? That'd be sweet. We're going to take this one here. We're going to take this one right here. Cool. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kathmandu. I probably should have done some practice on that, some research on the approaches back in here. Probably would have been wise. It's time to turn to the FO and agree not to say anything about this. Yeah. I think we were at that point about 30 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and clean it up. Wow. Wow. We'll go ahead and stop the record. That'll be an interesting recording. That will be an interesting replay, no doubt about it. I do not have the Boeing yoke. I've been looking at the Boeing yoke so closely because I really think it would be it's going to be a game changer, but I just don't know, you know, and with spending the money on the GPU and everything now, I'm not really looking at it anymore. I actually it was either the Boeing yoke or the GPU. I went with the GPU. But yeah, my honeycomb is super stiff, you know, so I think I got a lemon on mine. I think I might have got a lemon. But I really am intrigued about that Boeing yoke because it has that pendular pitch axis, which really can't be, there's nothing like it on the market. So I'm not quite sure where we park it. Oh, I guess we just park straight ahead. Let's just park right here. We got two lines. Looks like Shaq Oatmeal's been out here painting the airport surfaces. He's like, screw it, we'll paint it right over it. No one will know. Wow. You're off to have a stiff drink? James, you and me both, my friend. You and me both. All right, let's configure flaps 18, I believe, was when we started the replay. And we're going to go ahead and do a replay of that right now. Let's do that in the replay mode. All right. Whoa, here we go. We're in it. Oh yeah, I started the replay right at the bank angle check. This is right when I started the replay when I said I'm going to hand fly this in here. So I thought I was way high on the approach when in reality it was actually way low. I was following like a false FMS path with those views, damn. Yeah, so I was following this right here. I was like, man, I must be way low. But I think it just wasn't synced up properly. I don't know if this airplane, I mean, I know in real life it can do an RMP. Obviously it can, flies into these places in real life, but I'm not so sure that this exact version from Just Flight is fully certified for RMP approaches because it seems a little lackadaisical with following the tolerances. Just beach it and call it a job. I hear you, John. Man. All right, let's enjoy one. We're just going to enjoy this one replay here. My word. The terrain out here is epic. Absolutely epic. No, I've had Track IR for quite some time. I don't really use it all that much in the Civi sims, but because I thought it was, well, it was kind of straining the performance when I was looking around. But now with my 3090, it's not a big deal when I'm streaming. But I use Track IR for years. I've had it for years on DCS and other stuff. Plus, it's kind of hard when you're using Track IR and you're trying to look at chat, because every time I try to read a question, like the head moves over. So, told me 2 times I need to properly learn how to fly this bird. I bought it spontaneously. Definitely don't regret it. It's quite the learning curve. It's got a learning curve, man, but it is a hell of a lot of fun. You must agree. Fubar, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Take it easy, bud. All right, guys. I am wiped out. I need to get some food. So I'm going to get sail going here. I'm going to leave you guys with this one long full replay here. We'll look at the touchdown, and then I am hopping off. I will probably be... I don't know if I'll be around this weekend. It'll all depend on if I get called or not. So if you're looking for some streams, make sure your notifications are on. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I don't have a set stream schedule. I am an airline pilot in real life, so it just kind of, my schedule's all over the place. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure the notification button is on. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Thank you to all the new subscribers that we've had recently. Thank you for all the new members, all the donations, and thank you, mods, for hanging out with me. Once again, huge shout out, Chris Granger. Thank you so much, man. I will be looking forward to a DM from you. I'll try to send you a DM because I'd love to actually have you on stream, be actually talk to you in real time while flying this airplane. So that is a wrap. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya.